corner.
And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. How's this camera? It's centered enough. All right, we're in good shape. So yeah, let's go back to Too Many Bones. Specifically, we're going to the Sibron River in Daylor for a playthrough of Splice and Dice Tyrant Leech, and we are going to be going back to the world of Undertow because you know Leech kind of lives in the river because it's a slug or a leech or you know, are they the same? They got to be in the same family of animals, right? Or parasites or whatever. Someone who's a biologist, break this down for me, please, right now. But this is a very cool tyrant. And yeah, as I said, when Josh Wilgus, and I always butcher his last name, when he sent me the review copy of Splice and Dice, he's like, please feature the Splice and Dice tyrants. They are the best part of the expansion. And I haven't done the rest of the expansion yet, but I really do like the tyrants. I find them super interesting. I find the extra tyrant encounters super cool. And yeah, this should be a really fun playthrough. Leech has brings some really interesting things to the table. So we got Picket, we got Boomer. Before someone asks, yes, I will have a bunch new gear locks as soon as I get my Hoplomachus Victorum Kickstarter. I think I'm getting 8 new gear locks. So we will have a ton more to explore together on this channel. Super excited, but I'm going to get Leech on that table. I'm going to get lock gear on the table. I'm going to get Oxide on the table. We'll get through all of these Splice and Dice tyrants before too long. And let's make this happen. Now, this was the first time I had to combine baddies from the base game and baddies from Undertow. I had not done that before. I was always throwing the Splice and Dice baddies in no matter what I was playing. I kind of kept the rest of them separate, but Leech does require you to get some bog type baddies, which are not in Undertow. And so we had to make sure we threw, I think also, what are those, orcs? I think he doesn't have orcs. I don't know, one of those two symbols he doesn't have, so I had to throw in all of the base game baddies together with the Undertow baddies and the Splice and Dice baddies that have some huge baddie stacks. So we will have a very, very varied playthrough. I did get lucky in my first attempt at Leech, where I just had the right combination of things to come together that I was able to figure it out and defeat Leech in, like, I don't know, the 6th round of fatigue. Is nuts, but we'll see how that tyrant encounter plays out. And not that far from now, this is a 7-day baddie, and we only need 5 progress points to get there, so we should have a good shot, especially with our girl Boomer bringing the heat from the back row with her amazing ranged attacks that she does. Let's check out the chat. We have Daniel Zoluaga. Sorry if I butchered that. Yay, love Too Many Bones. And Sufferer. Sufferer. I think I said that right. It's hi there. Hi there, sir. That's amazing. So I'm going to, where to start? So much to do. All right, we're going to go with Leech. Story time with Greg. Barnacle has long been the uncontested ruler of the Sibron's depths, but Nobulous could not let such a valuable resource go unexploited. In an attempt to gain a foothold below the waves as well as above, he crafted Leech to sow discord under the surface. The blood-sucking slug man sees no friend or foe. He feasts on all indiscriminately. Oh, how creepy. So we're going to take Leech's baddie. We're going to put 1 hit point under it. That might grow later, you know, Leech. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. Spoiler alert. And then we're going to put Leech's die on top of that. We have 3 tyrant encounters from Leech, other than his final encounter, which again is on the back side of his little story card there. With the Undertow game, we have 4 day ones, and then if there's a certain thing that may or may not exist that you may or may not have done, I think this one was from Splice and Dice. There is a 5th day 1 encounter. So I'm going to roll this die here. I rolled a 3, so that's going to be our day 1 encounter. And then we have 4 day 2 encounters. I'm going to roll the die again. And I got another 3, so 3s are wild. We're going to put those over there. So we have this, this, and this. This is a 7 day tyrant, which means we're going to take the general encounters from Undertow. I'm going to shuffle them up, and we're going to take 7 minus 2 because, again, there is a day 1 and a day 2 already, and we are going to take 5 of these out of this deck. Advanced math, some of you I'm sure were there before I got there, and we're going to then throw in the other 3 tyrant encounters on top, so we'll have a total of 8 possible encounters after the day 1 and the day 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yoink, we'll put those there, and we'll set this over here. I am gonna have the raft chips again. There might be some raft destruction here today. We now, with the Splice and Dice baddies, we have 10 or 9 mechs. Remember, mechs always go in the bottom of the baddie queue, and they're not affected by fatigue, they're not affected by bleed. I mean, they're mechs, so they're not affected by a lot of negative effects, they're not affected by poison. We have the Krellin, again, there's 9 if you have the Splice and Dice stuff. They will go there, we'll see them on the raft side, and then we have the rest of these baddies. So I'm just going to give these a quick wash. They're all pretty shuffled up from my play yesterday, but we'll just get them in some kind of random order. We will be very unlikely to see the 20-point baddies here today. There are a ton of them with the 4 baddie types that we have. Again, that is Orc, it is Troll, I think, it's Bog type, and it's Beast. So no Scales baddies, no Goblin baddie. Interestingly enough, there's only one Splice and Dice baddie that is both Goblin and Scales. So there's literally one Splice and Dice baddie that we're not including in this playthrough. I think it's like a 5-point dragon. The rest of these suckers are there. So we will see some Goblin-ish mischief stuff going on from the Splice and Dice stuff. Again, there's a lot of dual class baddies in Splice and Dice. I should say, again, this is a review copy sent to me of Splice and Dice. However, the rest of the stuff that you see was indeed purchased by yours truly. Seeing no comments, that's good. We'll just kind of continue on with the setup and get this puppy rolling pretty quick. So Picket's going to come into play. Picket's going to have 3 or 5 health with his starting setup. And then Boomer's going to have 3 health. So I have tried more and more in my playthroughs with Picket to try to get to the warden profession. I know the captain profession is like ultimate Picket. I find the warden profession a lot more fun for me and how I like to play, but we'll see if I have the opportunity to pull that off. This is a 7-day tyrant, so there is not a lot of time to mess around. We will have to spend a lot of the points we get on improving our stats to make sure that we are going to be good enough. Oh, there's another 1-point baddie. I'll just put that in the middle there. We're going to have to do a lot of our points on stats to make sure that we're strong enough. So by day 7 that we'll be able to take on that slimy little slug that is Leech. Eric J says, awesome. Just played versus Leek last week. Epic final battle. Yeah, the mechanics of his final battle, I mean, I only played it once, but it definitely seemed like very, very geared to give you that epic moment or two. It's pretty crazy, some of the design choices they made there. I'm pretty sure I tried to look up some FAQs to make sure I was doing some things right. I'm pretty sure I got all of it right. But if if someone's watching along has a better idea, I don't know if there was like any it's hard with like some of the newer content. Like again, I'm so used to like I cut my teeth on with Spirit Island. There's a ton of FAQs. And I guess Spirit Island's not that old, but there's just so much out there. I think if you look at like Mage Knight, there's always FAQs and threads to make sure that you're playing everything right. When you get into like this niche, I mean, this is Splice and Dice, right? This is a standalone expansion. I guess it's not even standalone. It's an expansion of a game that also requires another expansion. There's just not the quantity of threads and FAQs and stuff like that to make sure that if there's any questions, that you're doing everything exactly right. But most of it seems pretty straightforward. There's some interesting mechanics with like how health is handled in the final battle, and then also certain things that you need to a certain puzzle that you need to kind of put together in order to have a chance to win that final battle, which we'll talk about when we get there. Silverfear, hello. I'm loving all these live streams now. Too Many Bones is one I'd love to get into, just don't have the time. Yeah. And it's tough too, because I mean, Too Many Bones, like every gear lock requires their own time commitment, and I think that's more so than any other game, right? I mean, look, Gaia, if you're going to get good at the different factions, you're going to need to really invested time to figure out how to play as like the best gods versus like the Terrans, etc. But chip theory games, I mean, between Classifier or Too Many Bones, I mean, the amount of time you need to spend to really get to know a Gearlock or really get to know a a faction in Classifier is intense because you're really learning new rules from the ground up in a way that you're not in other games, right? I mean, there's like the base rules and how the baddies move and stuff like that, but every Gearlock plays so differently that it does take that extra investment of time to really get the most out of the game for sure. I think we're all set, right? Right. I don't know. We'll put this die up there to track my progress points. And day one, let's do it. Oh, we got a special encounter within the special encounter. I don't think I've ever actually pulled this in a game. So you're seeing history here first, kids. So Ace in the Troll. The Tipsy Troll Tavern is bustling tonight. In the back, a lone hooded figure slowly riffles through a deck of cards, ignoring a growing crowd of onlookers. The figure repeatedly shuffles and pulls cards from thin air, at times making one or two dance in an unearthly manner. A sly grin is the only thing visible under the hood. Hey, the figure finally speaks in an ethereal voice. Remember, there's always more than meets the eye. They offer a card. Best of luck on your adventure. Seek me out if you ever need a winning hand. A quick look reveals a card has been tinkered with, but before any inquiry can be made, the mysterious figure has vanished without a trace. An ace up our sleeve. The card seems to have unusual properties, like it's part of a larger story. Did the mysterious benefactor create more of these for us to find? Remove the 4 ace loot cards from the loot deck. So this is kind of fun, but it's also a little bit because we only get 1 training point instead of 2, and I really like to start with 2 for obvious reasons. So we have these 4 cards. Hold on one sec. Coughing fit oncoming. All right, got that out of the way. Jester, hello there, Solo. More Too Many Bones. You're really making us want to get this game, but I keep resisting for now, anyways. Yeah. So we're going to remove the 4 loot cards from the game. Place one of your choice on any Gearlock's loot area. Shuffle the remaining 3 aces into the top half of the loot deck. What do I want? View the next 3 loot cards. No. Heal a party member for 2 hit points. No. We shovel all discarded loot cards back into the loot deck. Ooh, that's new. Place up to 2. Ooh, that could be good. Ace of Bones. Place up to 2 bones in your backup plan. Yes. And we're back. All right, everyone, let me know you got me back. Sorry about that. That was really weird. We're doing some construction at my house, and I think that might have just knocked out our internet momentarily. But hopefully someone can give me a chat. I'm going to try to pull that back up. I have to resize this too. That was really crazy. We're back. Hey. All right. Sorry about that. I it's always something. That was new. First time for everything. Good thing is it's did not totally jack these streams into 2, so that's nice. Let me make sure this is resized, and we'll go from there. So catching up on the chat, yeah, I had to open up the my loggy capture software to actually resize this. But yeah, let me talk about the aces. I think the 2 bones could be good, and I'm going to give it to Picket because I really do want to get, if I'm going to try to make this warden profession work, I really do need to get his backup plan into I need to get to his innate +1, place up to 2, shuffle another innate from this card at the top of the loot deck. All right. When played, count the aces in your loot area, including this one. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. I'm excited to try out this strategy. I have not really gone too deep into the aces. Let me check the scats. Or the chat that I missed. Aces can be pretty good. Oliver, hey, been a fan of your channel for a while. Do you plan to cover Victorum when it releases? Yes. Very much so. I am very excited about Victorum. It looks awesome. Did I just get contested? Oh, we lost him. Indeed, we're back. Thank you, Vincent Van Beelum. Back. You're back. We hear you. We hear you fine now. Looks good. It's a glitch. Yeah, that was really freaking weird. Hopefully it does not happen again. All right. So based on the instructions on the encounter card, I'm going to be putting the other 3 in the top half of the loot deck. So 1, 2, 13. So there's 33 cards in here. So I'm going to take 17 and shuffle these into that. And that's that. And then we'll take this and put this. So there should be 16 here. That's correct. And we'll put these in the top half. So we'll be more likely to get them. Again, in the 2 Gearlock game, you know, maybe we'll get 2 of them. It's going to be hard to get all 3 for sure. So, cool. So looking like, I'm looking at my OPS now, and I mean, OPS is on base plus slugging percentage for you baseball fans. OBS is saying that I have a pretty strong signal. So I don't know what that was all about. Very strange. So, all right. Well, here goes nothing, kids. I think Leech is very nervous, clearly, and wanted to make sure this thing didn't happen, and he tried his best, but it's not gonna work. Leech, and I keep wanting to call Leech a slug. So someone needs to tell me if they are family related, or if I'm just totally making this up. Anyway, we're gonna get 1 progress point because of this, so that's 1 point there. We're gonna get 1 training point, and we got our ace. So I'm intrigued, but a little underwhelmed with my my loot at this point. I'm gonna take. Oof! Wow. I like to give both of these more attack because 1 attack for both of them is really bad. But I have to give Boomer health, and I have to give Picket dex. I think. Ugh. Yikes. Well, I'm nervous. So I get Boomer a health, I get Picket a dex, and let's hope this next encounter isn't absolutely terrible. Boomer a health, she's up to 4. Picket gets a dex, so he's up to 3. And we go to day 2. That's right, day tracker. Here we go. The special encounter, pirating the pirates. The escape went off well enough, but making a raft from scratch is too time-consuming with Nobulous's machinations imminent arrival. Fortunately, a keen Gearlock eye spots a shady group of marauders that has already done the work. Known locally as the Scrap Lords for their practice of picking clean those unfortunate city folk who venture too close to the Sibron, this ragtag group of vagrants often patrols the banks near Obendar, looking for its next mark. Today we've caught them napping. We can take the raft now in broad daylight, or we can wait till nightfall and escape under cover of darkness. So option 1, we could do a land battle, commit a brazen act of piracy in broad daylight. For some reason, daylight eases my conscience. The battle queue is baddie points. Gearlocks have surprise. Each Gearlock may draw a loot during their first turn, may be used or kept, or commit a brazen act of piracy under darkness because you're ashamed and you should be. Baddie points. Gearlocks have surprise, but must start battle on Krellin starting positions, which means that with our first point at dex we have to spend to get on the mat. But we have surprise. I think we do the latter just because we need to chase training points, especially since we only got 1. So we're doing option 2. I'm putting the marker on there to indicate what option we're doing. And we're going to have, at the end of the first day, I also should have scouted So I'm scouting with Picket. I got a 5. Sorry about that. So the top 5er is the owlbear. Inspire 1, terrify. Nope, owlbear is going away. We're cycling him out. And my second scout is I got a 4. Tempted to scout these 1-pointers, but I just have to hope I get lucky there. At this point, figuring out what 5-pointers we're going to face in the future can be really helpful. We got a dire wolf flashback 2 with fossil 4 attack. Yeah, I'll cycle him as well. 4 attack is rough, and that flashback 2 also rough. So we're getting a 4-point baddie stack. And I will get my lane marker chips up here. We have our dice. Again, we're on a raft battle. And we have to start in Krellin starting positions. So, where are these chips? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. First baddie up is the Chimp Acrobat. 2 health, blind strike 1, and dodge means that you cannot reduce its health using attack dice. So he's a little bit annoying. The blind strike 1 can be used to our advantage. He will do 1 damage to a baddie adjacent to him, the strongest baddie adjacent to him at the beginning of his turn. He's going to go in the melee position in lane number 1. In lane number 2, we have the Troll Romper, Thick Skin 1, and Careless. So if it rolls a bag of bones, it will do 1 true damage to itself. It has 3 health. Again, only 1 attack die for both of these, so that's not bad. So this is going to be in the melee position in lane 2. Remember, on the raft, the melee and the range positions kind of alternate. We have the any dice. I'll put a 4 in for the troll, the Chimp Acrobat. And he doesn't look like much of an acrobat, I'm not going to lie, man. And then we have the Troll Romper, who's going to have a 2 over here in lane 2. Lane 3, we have the Polybog. So Stench 1 and Rating. Rating is interesting. So this unit gains 1 extra die for every additional orc type baddie on the battle mat. There are none. We have a beast type baddie and we have a troll type baddie, so we have no more orcs. But that stench 1 can be super annoying. When defeated, we place a stench effect die on its position. Treat as untargetable obstacle. When stench is placed, all units adjacent to this die immediately are dealt 1 true damage. Additionally, Gearlocks moving adjacent to stench are dealt 1 true damage at the start of a round. Reduce effect die by 1. So for 1 round, we'll have is stench effect in play. This is also a melee baddie. He's going to go up there. And last but not least, in lane 4, well, that's going to trigger rating. We have another orc. It's an orc peon. He has rage 1. So if he has less than full health, he gets an additional die. Otherwise, he does attacks with 1 die. What a motley crew. Obviously worried about rating, worried about rage. But need to take out one of those soon for sure. And we have the any dice. We have a 3 for the orc peon, and we have a 2 for our stenchy boy up there. We have to choose our starting positions. Well, we have surprise, so we're going to be in front of both of them. Let me roll my dice. We both have surprise, so it really doesn't matter what I roll. So 3 and a 2 is super interesting. I only have 1 attack die for both of them, which is going to be tough. Definitely going to try to need to set up some kind of shield bash here for our boy Picket. Picket will also, at the start of the battle, so he places first. I think if I have the order right at the start of battle effects, he places first, and then he's going to do his innate, which is shield wall, which I'll roll his defense dice. And hopefully I roll good, because I have an uncanny tendency to roll bones when I'm trying to do my shield wall. Blah. Thick Skin 1's going to be rough, especially when I only have 2 attack dice. The dodge is going to be rough. At least we have shield bash for that. I'm going to try to hopefully use blind strike to my advantage. Man, I feel like I'm in trouble already. It's not good. Oh, this Rager can be super annoying. I will put Picket down by him. Let's try to get him off so we can deal with the rating problem. And the rating problem is super scurry. 1, 2. So if I'm anywhere over here, he won't be able to reach Boomer. So I think that's the best bat, and I'll just get her there. So remember, if you start in the crown starting position, it's especially bad for Stanza, because then she won't be able to advance any of her songs, so all of them would exhaust, which is super devastating. Eric J says, yep, place on mat, then roll shield wall. Thank you very much. And before I forget, let me roll the shield wall. So I'm going to take 2 of my defense dice. We're rolling shield wall. This is my defense stat. I rolled a bones and a 1, because that's what I do. It's amazing. All right, well, let's go. Boomer has to spend her first dex to get on the mat. Here she is, folks. She's going to spend her second dex, or so she has 2 more decks. I'm going to roll an attack die and a defense die, and I will roll. Let's try to take out the peon. That will make everything else a little bit better here. So attack die and a defense die. I got 1 shield. Put that on my active slot, and then we use that 1 attack die, and we are going to get rid of this peon. Hopefully, again, it's going to trigger his rage, but it'll reduce the rating. So that's kind of the benefit of trying to take him out first. Picket's going to go. He is going to spend his first dex to get on the mat. He has 2 more decks. He's going to roll an attack die and a defense die. Do you sense a pattern here, people? And we roll, and we got 1 attack, 1 defense. This actually should go in the active slot, not the locked slot. Not the locked slot. Again, I could put it in locked slots if I ever get his an A+1, so sorry about that. We have an attack, and that dude is now down to 1 health. Now the baddies are going to all activate. Blind Strike's going to trigger. There's no one adjacent to the Chimp Acrobat. He's going to move 1. He's going to attack Boomer. He's rolling 1 attack die. Bam! He takes away her 1 defense. Next, the polybog is going to... Nope, I'm sorry, not the polybog. Next is the Orc Peon. The Orc Peon is going to attack. Since he has less than full health, Rage is going to trigger. That's going to make him roll 1 additional attack die. So he's rolling 2 attack dice against Picket. He rolls 3 damage, because of course he does. I lose both of my shields, and I take 1 damage. The polybog is... Nope. I keep wanting to do the polybog. It's not their turn yet. Wait your turn, sir. We're going to have the troll romper. The troll romper moves 1, 2. Again, it's trying to get there next to Picket. And now the polybog is going to move 1, 2. It's trying to get there next to, not Picket, Boomer. And the polybog trying to get next to Boomer also can't. So all in all, not the worst. Surprise is very, very helpful. All right, we're going to go to round 2. I think I trust Picket to knock this dude out. Obviously, if I roll the bones, we're in trouble. Boomer is going to cut this guy out. This guy comes in. The thick skin 1 is pretty bad. I think Boomer is going to just need to play a very defensive round here. So I'm going to roll my 2 defense die, my 1 attack die. And I think it's going to make the most sense to try to get rid of the polybog, even though he's not going to be able to attack me, because when his stench 1 triggers, it will do 1 true damage to everything adjacent. So I could kind of set that up that he'll take off a health from the chimp and a health from thick skin. Thick skin does not defend against true damage, so that could be a nice little combination for me. So Boomer's attacking the polybog. Again, she's ranged. I have no idea what that die was. Boom! All right, we got 1 bones, which I will hold on to for now. And then I got the 1 damage. So I'm going to do the 1 damage to the polybog, and we'll cut him down a little bit. We now go to Boomer's turn. Boomer's going to roll his 2 defense die and 1 attack die. I'm going to get really sick of saying that. Super exciting combination. This dude's doing a melee attack on the Orc Peon. Please don't bones the attack die. There's the 2 I wanted last turn, but I did get a bones on one of the defense dice. And, oh, the polybog's actually going to try to come around this way. Oh, interesting. I should still be able to use that to my advantage. So we get the 1 shield there, and we did defeat the Orc Peon, so we don't have to worry about raiding anymore, and we don't have to worry about rage anymore, at least not the rage from the Orc Peon. We now go to the Chimp Acrobat's turn. The Chimp Acrobat's going to do a Blind Strike. It's going to take out my defense die, because Boomer has more health than the polybog, and that was true whether or not I attacked the polybog, so that didn't really matter. And now the chimp acrobat, is going to do an attack with 1 die against Boomer. It boneses. Yay! That was nice, and this die is out. The troll romper is closest to Boomer, so the troll romper is going to move in 1. It's going to attack Boomer. It boneses. It triggers careless. All right, look at me rolling bones when I want to. Super exciting. Triggers careless, has 1 true damage to itself, despite its thick skin. And then the polybog, the only place where it can get to attack a Gearlock is there, so it's going to move 1 and 2. We go to round 3. Checking the chat. Does this cost 2 decks to get on the mat? 1 for move, the other to get out of the water. Oh no! Oh, that's right. It does. It does. So I still would have done the attacks. It wouldn't have made sense, though. I would have had 1 less defense die for each of these dudes. Thanks, Eric. So they both would have had 1 health. Yeah, that's right. So it's 1 extra. So it's literally 2. Yeah, my bad. My bad. So I just would have had 1. I would have done the attack dice, not the defense die for both of them. That probably would have changed. I probably shouldn't have attacked this dude, knowing he was there and he was the strongest unit. So I could have, at that point, I could have attacked the chimp, because I still wouldn't have attacked the peon. I would have trusted a Picket to take care of that. So if I checked it, I wouldn't have done any damage to him. But since Picket, she had 4. Are they bones and bones? She would have had 3. Yeah, it would have been the same result. I'm thinking this through now, because had I didn't have the shield for her, so she would have been at the 3. And then I had, right, because she lost, nothing attacked her except for this dude. I forget how. I think it worked out the same. But if I just take health away from both of them, I think that should be fine. But I'm trying to think, if I didn't attack the polybog with Boomer, the blind strike would have just taken the damage off of him. But I can't possibly get a health back to her, because it wouldn't. Because if they were 3 and 3 already, the chimp would have just taken 1 off of the polybog. Right, because she would have been 3 with a shield. I'm sorry, I'm making this really confusing. My bad. She would have been 3 with a shield instead of 4 with a shield. So the quick strike ended up taking off her shield. So I attacked the polybog. Had I just had her 3 with a shield this way, that's where it gets messed up. So if I had 1 more damage on me from last turn, like I should have, because it wouldn't have been a shield, then she rolls the shield. They would have been 3 and 3. The chimp would have attacked the polybog instead of taking off Boomer's shield, and then the polybog would go around, and with being 3 and 3 and them attacking the strongest adjacent unit, you could absolutely have them attack the polybog. It does not have to be the strongest adjacent Gearlock, and that would have absolutely worked. So, but yeah, thanks for checking on that, Eric. So yeah, Pickett's down now to 3 health, Boomer's down to 3 health, and this got a little bit harder, but I'm glad we're getting it correct. All right, so sorry I made that super confusing. Go, Greg. So I'm rolling 1 attack dice, 2 defense dice. This is gonna be tough. I can use my throw odds against the chimp acrobat, so that's helpful. You just can't damage him with attack dice. It would be good to try to get up to throw ends. So we'll see what I do. I will target the chimp acrobat, but just in case I roll a 2, I'll actually target the troll romper. And this polybog's coming around. Yeah, it's not good. That's not good at all. Let me check the polybog. I'm really worried about that stench being super annoying. the rest of them I think we can work out. So I'm rolling. Oh, I have a defense die in there now. I'll roll one defense die. Again, this reduces my defense die. I'll roll one defense die and my element die. I rolled another defense. Again, I got that defense back because, again, the blind strike would have worked against the polybog, not against me. I will take this 1 damage and we'll reduce the polybog down to 1 health. And I rolled the bones on the element die, so I'm going to just put that back, so maybe I'll have a chance to re-roll that later this game. I think Picket tries to kill this dude before he just comes and attacks. If he comes and attacks, then I kill him anyway. I'm just going to take the true damage. So Picket's going to move 1, 2. I have a defense die in there. Picket's going to roll its 1 attack die, so it has 3 decks. I spend 2 on move, and the attack, I hit the polybog. The polybog immediately gives me 1 true damage. It gives the troll romper 1 true damage. And we put the stench 1 effect in play. That's going to go away at the end of the round. Yoink. Polybog out. Alright, the chimp acrobat's going to blind strike Boomer. She loses her defensive shield, and then he's going to attack Boomer. He rolls a 1. She loses her other defense. And now the troll romper rolls. Please, bones! Nope, 1 damage. Boomer's down to 2 health. We go to round 4. Alright, Boomer is not getting a lot of bones. Otherwise, she would really be able to do something with the chip acrobat. But she hasn't rolled any of her casings dice here. This stench die goes away. Again, you have your element, your casing, and your fuse. Again, she's trying to gather up the components to start making some bombs. Ideally, I would be able to make some bombs. But I'm in a kind of a bad spot right now. That blind strike's going to keep knocking me out. So I think Boomer's going to definitely move 1 so we don't worry about the blind strike anymore. And I think she's just going to roll 2 defense dice, and it will give me more chance for bones, but at least will help me live a little bit longer. I rolled 1 bones and 1 shield. Picket is... This goes after the weakest Gearlocks. That would be Boomer. Picket's going to try to draw some of the fire from Boomer, so he's going to move 1. He's got 1 shield in place still. Again, the true damage on the polybog did not take away the shield. It was true damage, so it bypassed the shield. Picket's going to roll 1 defense die, 1 attack die, which again, the defense stat is a 2. That reduces it to a 1 for this turn, so this is the max I can roll anyway. And we're going to go against the troll romper. We have 1 more shield and 1 attack. The 1 attack is absorbed by the thick skin, so the troll romper survives. Now, the chimp acrobat's going to blind strike. Nothing next to him to blind strike. He's going to move 1, and now he's attacking Boomer with 1 die. Takes away her shield. The troll romper is going to attack Picket. It's rolling 1 die. It does 1 damage, takes away 1 shield. We go to round 5. Boomer... I really want to get components. I mean, fatigue's going to start setting in for these dudes. Tempted just to roll 3. But if I have another round that can survive in fatigue, it's going to be easier said than done. The attack's the weakest. That might be... Alright, Boomer's going to move 1. She's going to roll 1 defense. She's just going to roll 2 defense dice. Now she'll roll 1 defense and 1 of her innate dice. Trying to gamble in a little bit. Man, I bonesed again. Alright, we'll take the defense, and then I'm going to put this bones in here. No, I won't. I'll put that there. Yeah, I'll put that there. See if I can make a bomb next turn. So that's Picket. That's Boomer's turn. Picket's going to attack the Troll Romper. He's got 1 defense die there, so he can just roll 1 more defense and an attack die. He rolled a 2. Beautiful. So we get the shield there. The 2, the thick skin absorbs 1, and then we kill the Troll Romper. Troll Romper is out. If I didn't kill the Troll Romper, the Chimp Acrobat would have killed it anyway. So maybe I prefer that. Well, it's not going to matter. He's still going to move and attack. So whether I do the blind strike 1 or not, we're just going to absolutely defeat this dude. So that guy's out. And then there was 1. The Chimp Acrobat, blind strike 1 is going to trigger. No one's adjacent. It's going to move. It's attacking the weakest. We both have 2 health. I will have it attack Picket because Picket has more shields. It does 1 damage. 1 shield comes off. We go to fatigue rounds. Everyone gets 1 damage. I remember we're playing Undertow rules, so all units gain diagonal movement for fatigue rounds. And I think that actually includes gearlocks too. I think that includes gearlocks. I know it's definitely baddies. It just means that you can't go and hide. I mean, it's almost irrelevant if the gearlocks have it because the baddies have it. Baddie, fatigue. All units may move diagonally. Yeah, that does include gearlocks. So everyone's down to 1 health. So I'll be able to kill this dude this round. Obviously, I don't have enough health to survive another fatigue round, so I have to get it done this round. Boomer is going to roll these 3 dice, and she's going to attack the Chimp Acrobat. So she's rolling her 3 component gathering dice. I rolled 2, 2. I got a bones on this, unfortunately, but then she's going to throw odds. When you throw odds, you thump your target for 1 damage. That is, I can use that against the Chimp Acrobat. The Chimp Acrobat was killed by that, and we managed to survive with 1 health each. How exciting. We're going to go to the end of the round, so we're going to get our rewards. We both get 1 loot. This is Picket's loot. He got another ace. Super excellent. I'll talk about that in a second. And then we have loose wires. Increase your dex by 1 for the entirety of a battle. It's a single battle card. Loose wires. Discarded winning. Discarded wiring is common around Daylor, but high quality superconductive wiring is actually even more common. Oh, how clever. So that goes there. We're going to get 2 training points each, and I'm just going to scout. Oh, no, I'm sorry. And then we have our recovery option. They're both going to get at the full health, so I'm not scouting, because that would be crazy when I have 1 health each. All right, so I'll take my 2 training points. Let me catch up on the chat. Good evening, peeps. Says Saget. So you're playing a game at legendary level? Ha, is this a sign of things to come? Oh, yeah. Yes, Gearlux got diagonal move during fatigue on the raft. Eric J bringing it with the rules, man. I appreciate it. It's funny, like, I don't play Undertow for like 3 months. You know, I've been playing a lot of the base game, and it's like, oh yeah, Undertow has like things that are just a little bit different. Like, you know, you have to get on a raft, and it costs you 1 more dex than you think. So that I do appreciate. Keep me on the straight and narrow here. So, lock dice stay after a battle. Everything else comes out. This silly little bones die is going to come back in. So, unfortunately, I did not make any bombs, but I did have a 2 with the other 2 dice. That is for the scavenger dice. That's the word. I kept saying gathering. Let me talk about this loot I got. So I have the Ace of Essence. So when I play this card, count the aces in my loot area, including this one. So that'd be 2. So I can heal a party member for 3 hit points, and that does not specify whether that's in battle, outside of battle. So that's super nice. When I play this, either it'll give me 2 bones. Again, I'm still trying to get an 8+1. That's a big goal of mine for Picket. Or I could, if I have a second ace, including this one, place up the 2 bones in my backup plan, and then shuffle another ace from the discard pile into the top 5 cards of the loot deck, so I can start cycling the aces. One of the things I really like about Undertow is I find the loot deck super integrated into the gameplay, more so than the base game. I still think Trove Loot's usually not worth the time and effort it takes to get it, but I find the regular loot like very, very fun to play with and experiment and to kind of almost build strategies around. I don't know why that glare. Why is that glare so bad? I have a screen here. Woof, that's a little bit better. All right, so I still have to take my 2 training points. I really want another attack stat with both of them. So Picket's rolling for an attack stat. There we go. I'm going to do Boomer's attack stat. She got it. So I did not bones on either. Remember, you cannot re-roll for attack stat bumps during your training attempts, but you can re-roll for defense, which I find a little bit silly, but you know, it is what it is. All right, the beginner strat guide for Picket recommends that we try to maybe get his defense up. His dex is only a 3. I have 2 attack dice and 2 defense dice. Honestly, that's not enough. I think I'm just going to give him another dex. Again, I think it's the common rule that George A says a lot. George is a frequent commenter on my videos and a patron as well. And basically, it's you looking at attack plus defense plus 1 is kind of a healthy dex to be at. So I will add another dex to Boomer here as well. There's a little bit of argument to try to get the shield ground, but stand ground, but I'll get there next. Again, the fact that I only had 1 training point from the day 1 is not ideal. So we're gonna get 2 progress points, however, so 3 more before we can take on Leech. I'm not planning to fight him until the day 7. It gives me maximum chances to level up my Gearlocks here. We now go to day 3. I have 8 cards in front of me. I'm gonna grab my D8. Oh, by the way, this is silly. Like it was a big day yesterday, so I finally went through and I threw out the the inserts that come with the Too Many Bones base game, and that kind of made me a little bit sad because I really like those inserts, but they were just so not practical. And like I had like Undertow in another box. I combined Splice and Dice and Undertow, but I was like, this is silly. So I finally just went through and organized the base game box and got rid of the inserts. And I'm now using the insert behind me, which made me think of it. I'm using the dice tray to store a bunch of dice and stuff like on this little ledge behind me, and it's really nice. But you know, rip Too Many Bones base game inserts. Anyway, I'm rolling a die to figure out what encounter I'm taking here. I got a 7. Ooh, tyrant encounter for the win. So again, I go bottom to top because I'm weird. I don't know why I do that. I just do. And we're going to take this tyrant encounter. So 7. Woo, this encounter sucks. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. All right. Yeah, I haven't done this one yet. So this encounter sucks. Leech was in the water. I mean, I can't even communicate like how this is written, but it's crazy. This is like it's like a kindergarten they were spelling this. Then he wasn't anymore, and then he was attacking us, but now he is in the water again. Whew, all right. Holy Leech, so we can do a land battle. Leech has escaped, and now it sucks really a lot. Baddie Q is Baddie points. Party of 1 ignores this. It ended around at 1 point baddies to the battle queue until it attains 4 baddies. So basically we would start with a 5 and a 1, and then we would go to have 1 4 we would have 4 baddies on the mat the entire time. Each girl actually keep track of the number of baddies they personally defeat. Battle ends after round 5. Encounter success is achieved if any Gearlocks survive. Gearlocks gain rewards for the party based on their defeats. For each Gearlock, so if you defeat 1 baddie, you get 1 loot. You defeat 2 baddies, everyone gets a loot. You defeat 3 baddies, everyone gets a loot, and a trove. And there's 1 trove loot. 4 baddies, you get a training point. 5 baddies, you get 2 training points, and everyone gets a loot. No guarantee of training points otherwise. Woof. The other option is not a battle. H2O MG. All my blood is gone. Choose a Gearlock for Leech to feast on. It reduces the hit point stat by 1 and gains an additional innate vampire when a bleed effect die be placed on this unit. Instead, heal for 1 hit point. Woof. Wow. I'm assuming I can't choose Picket because he doesn't have a hit point stat die. It's gonna be hard, man. Counter success achieved if any Gearlocks survive. Gearlocks gain rewards for the party for the party. So if both of my Gearlocks defeat 4 baddies each, we're going to get a total of 2 training points. If one of my Gearlocks defeats 5 and the other Gearlock defeats 4, we get a total of 3 training points. Or I take 1 training point each. Woof. I'm going to do the former, I think. Oh, that vampire thing is nuts. I mean, if I could pick Picket for that, I think I'd do that. Still don't get how he can possibly like this game with a terrible, terrible dice luck he usually gets. Hard to not like the game when you're playing Boomer. For example, a couple weeks ago, I had a truly awful roll in a battle for Skedrix that killed the entire party. That's amazing. Saget, mind you, I am pretty much the worst person to judge people like you're not liking this game. Since you guessed it, I am not a chip theory player. George A, I have not seen this for a long time. Hope he's doing okay and just busy with life. Nice dude. Yeah, George is great. Rocket Man to get a trove chest. He's alive and well in the CTG Discord. He's been busy with cats and kids. Good to hear. Awesome. Man, I don't know, Eric. If Eric tells me I can use this on Picket, but that feels so cheap. But if I can use this on Picket, I think that's just the right play. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough battle. An endless round. So it ends after round 5. Oh, we like battles. Let's freaking gamble. Woo! All right, so at the end of the round, at 1 point Baddie total contains 4 baddies. So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to get a 5 and a 1 because it's day 3. 3 times 2 is 6. I always bring it with the math. And then at the end of the round, we're adding 4. I might as well just do that now. So we have 4 1 point baddies in the battle queue. I hope this 5 point baddie is not awful because that could really make this to be a very terrible decision. I'm going to get 2 dice to start as like just keeping count of kill. And I wish I had Tantrum's body count die, right? That'd be amazing. Sadly, we like cheap on this channel. We also like battles indeed. Yup. And we'll go from there. So the battle queue is just 2 baddies to start, so we'll take this, and we'll take this. What do we get? It is the Shadow Keeper. It is a melee baddie. It has... Is that right? It rolls 1 defense die. Never mind. For some reason, it looked like the mech, like auto defend thing. So it rolls 1 defense die, but it dazed and poison 3 with 7 health. You're pretty nasty. Definitely going to want to gang up on him with a quickness. Might need to use this ace pretty quick. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, another thing about doing the battle is it gives me a chance to try to get this innate +1. If I'm really serious about going the warden profession with Picket, that would be helpful. So this dude's gonna go. Am I doing a land battle? Am I doing a sea battle? It is not a sea battle, Greg. This is a land battle. Of course it is. So that's gonna go there. Why would we do this battle on sea? That's a silliness. So this is gonna go here. And now we have a 1 point baddie. It is an orc scout with rating. It's ranged. That's super gross. So the poison 3 has got to go. Glad I gave them both an attack stat. It should help. Hopefully I roll good with my any dice and we can get a couple of attacks on this dude before it has a turn. This is a 4. So 4, 3. I'm going to put these chips down here because we're going to need them in a second. And I am now rolling. This can go over there. I'm rolling my 2 any dice, a 6 and a 3. That's helpful. Boomer bringing it. I'm going to place them on the battle mat. Boomer's just going to come here because now she'll go over here because why not? Picket's going to go here. I'm going to get as much damage on this dude as possible. Oh, man, but even 1 poison. I do have the ace. I'm just going to need to use the ace with Picket. I don't really have a way around it. That's fine. And Boomer's going to go first. Boomer is attacking the... Oh, wait. Shield wall, rolling 2 defense dice. Please stop bonesing on this. Oh my gosh, dude. 1 in the bones. I boned so many often with this shield wall. It's not much of a wall. It's more just like it's more like a coffin because it just has bones everywhere. All right, I digress. We're now rolling two attack dice and a defense die against the Shadow Keeper. I really need to make this dude go the heck away. All right, 2 damage and a shield, and we'll cut this dude down to size a little bit. So he's down to 5 health. The Orc Scout is going to attack the weakest. The weakest Gearlock is Boomer. She only has 4 health. He's rolling 1 die. Rating doesn't trigger because there are no other Orc type baddies. 2 damage. Oh, what a good roll for him. Down to 3 health for Boomer. We now go to Picket. Picket's going to roll 2 attack dice and 1 defense die. Remember, I have a defense die in there, so that reduces my defense stat. Please roll good. Oh, we get a bones. Not the thing of dreams, but I guess shield's not going to help me all that much anyway, so probably better than not rolling bones. And we get 2 damage on this guy. He's down to 3 health. What is daze? Daze just means I can't move, right? It's not the thing that flips my stats. Right, so that's fine. What is that's confused, I think. Dazed and confused. Cool. Who's dazed and confused? That sounds like me. And this should be a blue die, Greg. Blue and green are not the same thing. So this dude is just going to give a poison 3 die to Boomer, or Picket. It's like Boomer, just very different. And he rolls 1 defense die, which is not great. Please bones. Or roll a 2. Oh. I'm so good at rolling good when I don't want to. Excellent. We go to round 2. We're going to get 2 more baddies on the mat. And this is looking like a bad choice for sure. So in lane 3, we get the Troll Brute, Thick Skin 1. It's very similar to the Troll Romper. Not too much to be concerned about. If I can find a way to deal with this clown, that will go there. And then in lane 4, we have the Dire Wolf Pup. Comes in with 3 health. Has lashback, and then we'll go in the melee position there. I'll put their dice in place. They both come in at the bottom of the innie meter. There and there. Woof. Well, I need to roll better than I've been rolling if I'm going to take this dude out, and I kind of need to take him out this turn. So let's make that happen. So I'm rolling 2 dice. I mean, even a bones wouldn't be horrible because I could just stomp them for at least 1. So 2 attack dice, 1 defense die. I rolled 2 damage, and I'm going to use this bones to thump him for 1 more. So he's down to 2 health. Just mission get him off the battle mat if I can. The Orc Scout's going to attack. Ooh, well, hopefully I don't get unlucky here. Orc Scout's attacking. Boomer rolls a 1. The Dire Wolf Pup rolls a 2. My round is over. Picket's going to lose 3 health. So he's down to 5. The poison die trickles down to 2. I mean, he's down to, the poison die trickles down to 2. He goes from 5 down to 2. Picket's going to attack with 2 attack dice. Oh, I have 4 decks. I've been cheating myself on decks. Boomer could have rolled a defense die. Yeah, because I could have rolled 1 more defense die at Boomer, and I think that's super important. What did I roll last turn? I think I could have done it last turn too. I could have. Yeah, I'm doing that. I bones the 1 time, so that would have been for last turn. This turn, I forgot I increased their decks. This turn, I got another shield, which I would have been able to use to get a health back. Yeah, my dex is totally 4. Picket, it wouldn't matter because he had this in place, so I could not have. There were literally not another die I could have rolled for Picket, but Boomer at least would have 1 more health back. So now Picket's going to roll 2 attack dice and 1 defense die. Please don't bone on my attack. There we go. So he gets the shield. He's going to do 2 damage. We've killed this dude. Picket killed it, so we're going to start his counter. That's 1 defeated baddie. Another one's coming in. Again, this is going to keep refilling up to 4. And I'm going to use the Ace of Essence to heal for 3 because I have another ace in my thing. So that's going to get him back up to 5. Now remember, the poison's going to minimum take him down to 2, but at least he'll be alive. Now he also was dazed, so he couldn't move this turn. I just didn't bother putting the daze effect die on him, but now the daze effect goes away, so he can move indeed for his next turn. So that's fine. This guy is out. So all we have left is 2 1-pointers that are going to attack. The troll brute is going to move. I have some options here. I can move it here, but then I know the next guy is going to go there, which maybe wasn't the worst idea, because I don't think I want to be doing much attacking on the troll brute. I'm not that worried about him. So the troll brute's going to come down. The troll brute's going to attack with 1 attack die and roll a defense die as well. It does have careless, so hopefully it will bones on its defense die a couple of times, or it won't, and that's fine. It does 1 attack, that comes out. And now the dire wolf pup is going to move 1 to get to Boomer because she's closest. It's rolling 1 attack die. It rolls a 2. I am glad I remembered about my decks. Wow. Boomer's down to 1. Fantastic, kids. We go to round 3. This dude's going to come in. He goes to the bottom of the innie meter. So effectively, once I kill the peon, we'll have surprise every round, which is nice. Oof. That's not good. So we have the Minkin Monkey. The Minkin Monkey is going to attack the weakest. It comes into play with 3 health. So both of these are attacking the weakest. The good thing is I haven't pulled any more orcs, because raiding might start triggering if I did pull another orc. And this is going to go in the range position in lane 1. All right, round 3. I am looking bad. So we're going to roll 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice, because I have 4 decks. Don't forget it. And I'm attacking the orc peon. Remember, I have a bones there, which is nice, so I can potentially use the throw odds and just take out the orc scout. That would definitely help my... Oof. Well, that's a problem. That is a problem, because I keep bonesing on my defense dice. I am attacking the orc scout. That is for sure. The problem is I only have 1 defense, and both of these are going to absolutely crush me. So I have 2 options. I can do a bluff bomb and you move a unit to an adjacent position. But again, you only use 1 backup plan a turn. I think Boomer is just going to be not long for this world. Which puts a lot of pressure on Picket. But oh, that's even a bigger problem, because I rolled 2 bones. Oh, that's so terrible. They're all going against the weakest. Yeah, she definitely can't survive this. And I never even rolled my element die. I mean, if I had rolled... I mean, the crazy thing is if I had rolled just 1 more bones, I could have thrown ends and at least killed the orc scout. But yeah, Picket's going to literally kill absolutely nobody. Let's search again. Nope, I didn't. I can search again, lets me reroll scavenger dies, nothing else. This is a bad choice. It's such a bad roll, because I'm going to get 3 attacks on me now. Alright, I'm going to throw odds with my 1 bones, because I don't really have anything else better to do. I'm going to do 2 damage to the orc scout. That was my target, and he's down to 1 health. The orc scout is attacking Boomer with 1 attack die. Yikes, he rolls a 1. Out comes her shield. Picket's going to go. I mean, Picket loses 2 health because of poison. And then Picket's going to... So that goes down to 1. Picket's gonna move 1, 2, has 2 more decks. I'm gonna roll 1 attack die and 1 defense die. At least get rid of this Orc Scout, because if Boomer's not around, I need to get rid of this ranged attack, because all attacks are gonna be on Picket. Oh man. Alright. I rolled 1 attack and a bones. So of course I keep bonesing like crazy. The Orc Scout is out. That's 2 in my kill count. It's bad. Had I, even if I just, this attack die was a 1, I would have been able to kill the Orc Scout with Boomer and not have to waste Picket's turn trying to kill someone that was like already so weak. So yeah, just a lot of things did not go well in that sequence. What is this, round 3? Oof, this should refill to 4 at the end of the round. So let's do that now. That's done. So he's out. The Troll Brute can move 3 to here, 2 to there. It's going to move 1, 2. It's attacking just with a 1 attack die. That's 1 damage, takes out my shield. The Dire Wolf Pup's going to attack with 1 die against Boomer. Please bones. Oh, or a 2. I'm rolling the 2s like crazy for the baddies, but not so much for the Gearlocks. And that's bad, because now the Mink and Monkey's going to get an attack on Picket, which is going to mean he's going to be very, very close to not surviving himself. So the Wolf Pup is done. The Monkey's going to go. The Monkey's attacking Picket. It rolls a 1 and a bones, which means it's now untargetable. Oh, this is such a terrible, terrible sequence. So Picket has 1 more health. So I'm going to get no XP at this point. Woof. I might have to restart this whole thing, man. This is terrible. This is no good. I mean, 2 more bones gets me a benevolence. That would be a thing. We're going to go to round 4, but oh, no. I mean, I need to kill 2 more baddies just to get the 1 XP each. 1 training point each. Woof. Alright, the new baddie, don't be ranged. It is the Undertow. The Undertow has Confuse on it. Lane 2 melee position is full, so we now go to lane 1. Lane 1 is full. Again, lane 2 is full. We've already established that, so we go to lane 3. This has 3 health. It's going to be pretty much a non-entity, because it's way the heck over there. And fine. Ugh. I can't attack the Direwolf up because it has the lashback. I can't attack the Neanderthal because he has thick skin. I can't attack him because he's untargetable. Because you know, that's how that works. So yeah, I'm sorry, the Troll Brute, because it has thick skin plus a defense die, and this guy has Confused. I mean, I think at this point I'm just trying to set up a shield bash, so I'm gonna roll, or a minimum of benevolence, to let me heal for 2. So I'm gonna make this my target. I'm not expecting much of anything to happen here. There's some well-needed shields. I got 3 shield. I did 1 damage, which is going to allow me to take off the Troll Brute shield. I get another bones. Taking out the Troll Brute shield is nice because it'll be more likely that Careless will trigger, and then again, hopefully we can defeat 4 baddies by the end of this thing, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is like an absolute waste of an encounter. I'm going to be so underpowered by the time I get to this thing. Anyway, the poison die would have also triggered this turn, so I have 1 health left. It's going to be really bad. All right. We now go to the... I mean, I guess I'm playing a loot game after all, if I survive this. We now go to the Troll Brutes here, and the Troll Brutes is rolling 1 attack die, 1 defense die. Oh my gosh, dude. It boneses, it does 1 damage to itself, but it rolled a 2 on its attack die. So I'm down to 1 shield. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, I might as well just have shield bashed it. Oh, interesting. I think I was reading this wrong too. I don't think it was. I think the upside of the top is really bad. Each killer should cheat track them are better to kill. Gearlocks gain rewards to the party based on their defeats. Is that collective or is that individual? I mean, this is like the chip theory stuff that drives me bananas. Like, all right, so Gearlocks. So if both Gearlocks combined defeat 5 baddies, do you get this? Or if one Gearlock defeats 2 and one defeats 3, do you get that? Like, that's a question. And again, finding an FAQ on some of the Splice and Dice stuff is really, really hard. So that's, again, super unclear, super ambiguous. It is absolutely the chip theory way in a way that drives me bananas. All right, this dire wolf pup's going to come up here. It's attacking with 1 die, and I don't think I'm surviving. It does a 1, so I lose my last shield. And the mink and monkey is rolling an attack die and a defense die. The target comes away. Any damage, and I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Woo! I think I reset this. I'm so underpowered. There's just not enough XP. I mean, I've literally gotten 3 XP in the first 3 days. That's not going to do it. Not in a 7-day battle. So restart. I think that's the only way. This would not be a fun playthrough. Would not be a fun playthrough to try to make this work, in my humble opinion. So extra time with solo playthroughs today, kids. We're gonna go to day 1. Act like this never happened. The good thing is I don't have to reset the encounter deck because we haven't seen any non-tyrant encounters. I will pull different day 1 and day 2 encounters, however, and we'll try to make that work. Here are my 2 aces, and we'll go from there. Good to hear. We like to keep it. Yeah, I will leave you to it. See you in 2 days just on stream. Yes, sir. Alan Erskine. Hey there, Gladys. Not just me. That rolls big for baddies. Francisco Franco. Too many bones. And Franco says, I know 2 Gearlocks is probably the hardest player count. What do you think of your win rate is at legendary 2 Gearlocks? It depends. I mean, it depends on the Gearlocks. I mean, Boomer obviously ups that. That range Baddie, that range Gearlock stuff is super bananas and very, very helpful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, two's hard. I like the challenge. I don't like the game not on legendary because I find that it makes the end like just kind of silly and makes the beginning like just your basic going through the motions. Like you're gonna win those early battles. Like once you have enough experience with this game. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, you definitely saw the problem of a 2 Gearlock playthrough. Like that, choosing that option was probably silly for a 2 Gearlock playthrough. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, because yeah, if you're making that encounter card for multiple players, I guess it has to be cumulative the way that one tyrant encounter works. It's again the ambiguities that are so baked into so much of what Too Many Bones writes. It's like 2 Player Games writes. It's like, come on, dude, just give me like add another sentence. Just make sure I know what's going on here. But I digress. So we got our new day 1 encounter is goading the wrong way, and our new day 2 is, well, we'll find out on day 2. And I'll put those over there. I need to reset the baddie stacks. But this what I'm doing here is I'll do this often. Like in solo gaming, I generally, if things are going very poorly in a game in the first third of it, I'm very likely to restart and just kind of call it. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm comfortable playing at the higher levels, because if it's going poorly, it's like, all right, what's the sense in trying to muddle through a not very fun playthrough? And having played the final encounter, like I kind of know where I'm gonna need to be and what's realistic. And had I even look, if I had just survived and just gotten loot in that encounter, I think we would have had a chance to see something interesting, but that was the way that played out. That was not going to be a very good playthrough. At least it might have been fun for you. It would not have been fun for me. So here we are. But so many things went poorly in that The number of rolls that were regrettable in that very quick sequence in that last encounter was something else. But yeah, it's a good question about 2 versus 1. I mean, I see a lot of debate versus 2 versus 1. I think it's cool that Chip Theory caters to the true solo player. I like the fact that they have separate encounter sets. I do wish, you know, they had maybe potentially a little bit more variety, and I wish there were less. I wish there were less of those encounters that didn't involve battles, and I wish there were no encounters that ever included um, dangerous darts and kind of silliness like that. Like I actually like the tactical side of this game more than like these little like fun-ish mini games. I just don't find them fun for me. So it's just a personal preference thing. And some of the I definitely saw what those were, but I mean, it is what it is. It's all random. I'm gonna forget by the time I pull them off. Um, so I just don't find that fun for me. So that's just like a preference thing. These 4 I never looked at, so I'll just put them back there. Again, it's all well. I probably should shuffle them in because more shuffling. Because I know what they're not. I just don't know what they are. All right, that's random enough. We're good. I didn't see any Krellins. I didn't see any mechs. Amazing. Health over here. Picket, welcome to the game. Starting with 5. Boomer, welcome to the game. Starting with 3. I'll put these here, and we have our any dice. Let's go. Goading the wrong way. So no ace in the troll this time around, but that was fun to try. It appears all sorts of creatures make their way in and out of the sewers. Beyond the sunlight, mechs flying overhead, and guards on the hill, a timid geophage is making its way northeast along a fairly well-concealed path, giving the guards and drone the slip and diverting north, even for an afternoon. Seems like a bad idea when the end destination lies in the opposite direction. However, who knows what kind of treasures one may find in any one of the geophage's stomachs. So 2 training points guaranteed. So we can follow the goat, skip the recovery phase, persistent after building the battle queue for your next battle, add the timid VJs to the top of the battle queue, and Gearluck's half surprise. Discard after use. No, I'm good. Goats are silly, stay focused. Making your way out of the sewer, you were able to dodge the mech sentries and even swipe a misplaced backpack as you make your way to the river. We're going to get 1 loot for each Gearlock, and we're going to get 2 training points. So you can see the difference between like, hey, you have an ace, which can be helpful if you build to it, and 1 training point each versus 2 training points and a loot for each. Yeah, that's a better thing. I mean, that's part of the reason. Like when you start on legendary, it's like you're often going to be gifted extra stuff. So if I started with training points and they got 2 training points and a loot each, I'd be like, what is? It just feels a little bit just nuts for me. So descaler, single use, grant any Gearlock 2 buff HP. Otherwise, during a lockpick attempt, use this to open a lock of 4 or less without the use of action dice. And fortunate discovery, select one of your consumable skill dice and place it on its spot in your mat. It is now available for use. I'm going to get 1 training point, and now we're going to get our training attempts. I definitely want them both to have 1 more attack stat because 1 attack is not enough. So this is for Picket, it succeeds. This is for Boomer, it succeeds. 1 attack stat, 1 attack stat, and then we're gonna go with the old standbys of the 1 health for Boomer, get her up to 4, and 1 dex for Picket, get him up to 3. Yoink. Thanks for the thoughts. To try to stay on one Gearlock for this reason, because I do agree Land Legendary is a bit steamrolly, but maybe I'll try a 2 Gearlock playthrough today. Yeah, I mean, if it's a Gearlock like, especially, again, Boomer's super, super great to have on your side. What am I doing? This is going to go here. And now I'm going to do the Fortunate Discovery. I think I'll take the Fortune Discovery for Boomer. So Bag o' Booms or Holy Hand Grenade. Yeah, the Holy Hand Grenade I think is just like an extra. Does not require Boomer to decrease our boom counter. Still costs dex. Yeah, I'll take the Holy Hand Grenade because Why not? Could come in handy later. So I'm going to get rid of my fortune of discovery, select one of my consumables. It's let's rock, says Stanza. All right, I agree. We'll go there. Maybe I'll get the search of 325. Probably not enough time in a 7-day game. Day 2, here we go. Fish and Gearlock stink after 2 days. The sewer is now miles back and the river is just ahead. As luck would have it, a perfectly serviceable raft is tethered at the bank to a young Stadrew's sapling. Its owner is nowhere in sight, but hopefully he won't mind that his vessel was commandeered for a good cause. There's still the question of what to do about these ripe-smelling Gearlock clothes, though. The more time spent washing at the shore, the greater the chances of a mech assault, but the Sibron's fearsome Krellin can detect rancid smells from miles away. Now remember, the whole idea where this story starts is that we were all captured in Oberdar in Opendar? Yeah, in Opendar by Nobulous. We escaped, and now we're going out into the world to defeat Nobulus's hideous creations, including Leech. So to the raft, Baddie points, including Krellin. The Krellin appears injured. Nah. Let's freshen up the mech. We'll do, so that would be, it would be an injured Krellin. We do a raft battle. I'll just do a land battle. Let's freshen up. The mech approaches the area with its guard down. Battle cube equals Baddie points, including mechs. So since it includes a mech, that means there's going to be 3 points coming out of our battle cube. Our battle cube is 2 times 2 because it's day 2, but there's 2 Gearlocks, so it's 4 minus 3 because of the 1 mech, and we're just going to have 1 1-point Baddie. I did forget the scout during day 1. I rolled a 6. I'm going to use that to scout a 5-point Baddie. Weaken. I see weaken. We're good. I don't need to deal with weaken. Again, weaken reduces your dex. That was the feathered dragon, I believe it was called. I rolled a 3, so this has to be a 1-point Baddie. It's the poly Rog. I'll just keep him there. That's fine. And now we're going to set up our battle queue. So we have 1 mech. We have the polybog. The polybog will be on top because the mechs are always on the bottom. Krellin always on top. Mechs always on bottom. Polybog gets lane 1. Mech's going to get the lane 2 marker. We're going to put the polybog in the melee position in lane 1. We're going to roll a die to where we place the mech. I rolled a 6. It's going to go over here. What mech is it? Ooh, it is the Chrome Beak. It is a ranged mech. It comes into play with 1 defense on it. It is not self-repair, though, so it doesn't heal that 1 defense as we go, but it does have Intense, too. And Intense, I believe, takes out Bones. Yeah, Shock takes out Skill Dice, and Intense takes out Bones to the backup plan. So that's not great. I definitely want to get rid of this Chrome Beak. We are gonna put this at a 3. It'd be nice if I had the right die in my hand. This goes at a 2, and we're gonna roll our initiative dice. We got a 3 and a 3, so we are first. I think we had surprise. No, we didn't have surprise. Oh, my bad. So the mech approaches the area with this guard down, so we actually ignore this. We don't give it its starting defense. That's right. All right. We're going to go to round 1. I got to put these dudes in battle. We're going to put Picket in battle and then roll for its stone wall. And I guarantee shield wall. And I guarantee I'm going to roll at least 1 bones because it's what I do. I don't like this intense. I'm going to try to get some battle backup plan stuff done. So this intense is not going to be helpful. And then we'll just kind of put Picket over here in this corner. So Boomer, I keep saying Picket when I mean Boomer, and Boomer, whatever. Her, we're putting her there. So Boomer is going to roll, has a dex of 3, so we're rolling 2 attack dice, and 1 defense die. And we're going against the Chrome Beak. All right, we got a shield, so a double shield, 2 damage. It's fine. I did forget to roll for my stone wall. Let me roll my bones. There's a bones, but at least we got a 2 on the other die, so that's looking better. And now we go to Picket's turn. Picket's a melee. Baddie, he's going to attack the Chrome Beak. He's rolling 2 attack stat die and 1 defense die. That's his full dex of 3. I bones on the defense die. I did kill the Chrome Beak, however, so we don't have to worry about that intense nonsense anymore. And that will go in the mech defeated Baddie pile, and we're good to go. So out. The Polybog's going to move 1, 2. It's attacking Picket. It's attacking with 1 attack die and does 1 damage. So Picket gets down to 1. So I'm very much chasing innate +1s at this point. Boomer is going to roll her. Is going to take this die out. I just care about bones. She's rolling 2 defense dice, and she's going to roll one of her. She's going to roll the element die. The element die of a 1 is garbage. I did not roll any bones. I'll put the 2 in and the 1 in. I'll always be able to take them out. Do I want to keep the 1? Bleh. No, not really. It's a bad roll. I'm just going to put that back. Picket's going to go. Picket is attacking the Polybog. I'm going to take this 1 out, rolling 2 defense dice and 1 attack die. And really just want bones. I just want bones, and I can't get them. But when I don't want them, I get them. What is going on? That's 1 damage. I'll assign that with that 1 attack die. The Polybog is attacking Picket with 1 die. It's going to take out this 1 defense die, and now we go to round 3. I forgot to move that before. Picket's going to take these 2 defense dice out. She's rolling this element die. No bones again, but I got a 2 on that, so 2 shields. Picket's rolling. Picket's going to take this out, rolling 2 defense dice and an attack die. Want some bones. We got 1 bones. I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm not going to apply that die. I don't want to kill the Polybog yet. I'm going to take the 1 shield. The Polybog's going to attack with 1 die. Does 1 damage. We'll take out my shield. We go to round 4. Picket rolling 2 defense. We'll take 1 defense die out. Roll 1 defense die, and these 2 dice. We got 1 bones. We're going to put this here and here. We're going to take those out since I had 2 of everything, and now we're going to get our boom counter up to 2. Picket's going to roll 2 defense die and 1 attack die. 2 shield, 2 damage. Not going to apply it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him up to 6. It'd be a magical roll. The Polybog's going to roll 1 attack die. 1 damage. We'll take the shield out. We go to round 5. Boomer's going to roll 2 attack dice and 1 defense die. We'll keep that 1 defense die there. She's going to do 1 damage to the Polybog. Keep him. He's going to die during fatigue anyway. I can't get up to 6. That's not going to happen. I can't get up to 6. It was a valiant effort. At least we got 2 bombs. So she'll apply both attack dice. She could put this here, but we've managed to kill the Polybog, who has a very fun name to say. So, much easier battle this time around. Actually, I'll just start leaving these down here. Just be easier. What are our rewards, kids? Well, we get a trove loot each, so that's nice. I can put these dice back in here. These all dice in backup plan and in active slots come out. Put them all up there. Not a trove loot, a regular loot each. We have a malfunctioning mech. Increase your dex by 2 for this turn. If you reduce the hit points of a mech this turn, this loot is not discarded and may be used again. Destroy all organic, serve, coffee, kill everything, make friends. Malfunctioning mech. That's what it says, obviously. And then this loot, Sibron Kelp, fully heal yourself if currently at 1 hit points, otherwise heal for 2. Kelp, I need some healing. Kelp, not some agate healing. Kelp, I can trade with someone. Kelp, stanza. Excellent. That's going to go there. Our 2 training points, we're both at full health, which is bananas. So I'm going to be able to scout again. I rolled a 5 with Picket. The break and decoy 2. How do I feel about you? I hate the break. Again, break, attack dice used against it, go away. That's going to be really bad for Boomer. Then the decoy 2, if I defeated it, you put a decoy out, the decoy has to be defeated before you can attack anything else. So I will just cycle this dude. A lot of 5-point baddies I don't like in this deck. Boomer, I rolled a 4, next 5-point baddie. Come on, be something I like. Thick Skin 1 and Taunt. Oh, Troll Enforcer, you're the best. Not very scared about him. And now we can take our 2 training points. I'm going to get, nope, no dice this. I'm going to get the Dex up another one. And then I will take the stand ground die. The reusable bone can be nice. Maybe get up to 6 that way. Boomer, what does she want to do? I don't think I'm ready for frag yet. I already have 2 bombs though, which is super nice. I think I'm going to get her dex up to 4. I hate the fact their health is only a 4. I think I might just get her health up to a 5. They recommend for her beginning strat build. Another defense seems kind of silly. Don't want the frag. Maybe I do the body search. Let me give her another health. Again, just getting those stats up early is super nice. So again, to put a very, very different first 2 rounds than the last attempt. So we go to day 3. We have our 8 cards there. I still have my D8 somewhere. And let's see what we get this time, kids. I rolled a 1, so no tyrant encounter this time. We're going to go to Tyrannical Typhoon. It's hopeless. The rain won't stop. The waves won't relent. The Sibron won't narrow, and our strength won't hold. We're going under if drastic measures are not taken. The raft is simply supporting too much weight, and short of throwing some gear overboard, there simply is no hope for survival. Swallowing the briny Sibron water between shouts, we scream at each other to only throw away our least important wares. The next day will be hard, but at least we'll live to tell the tale. All right, downsize or capsize. The weight of your raft can support the weight your raft can support equal to today's baddie points, which is 6. Calculate total weight of party as follows. Loot trove loot equals 1. Each hit point equals 1. Each skill die on mat equals 1. Discard loot, remove hit points, or exhaust dice from your gearlock mat until your party weight is equal to the weight your raft can support. Loot is lost, discarded hit points or exhausted dice are unavailable for use into tomorrow's encounter. Due to the storm, you have no recovery phase today. Woof. Well, that's an event. I mean, at least it's not a silly game. But woof. 6. 1, 6. So my current weight, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's really extreme, dude. So my current weight is 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have to get rid of 13 things. That seems bananas. So your party weight, I mean, that's just crazy, dude. Each hit point equals 1. So I'm going to, I mean, that doesn't make, I mean, that's a bad encounter, man. Like, I'm sorry, that's really bad. I mean, it's the balancing thing, right? Like, if you were a party of 4, you'd have 12. I mean, that's still bananas. All right. I mean, I could exhaust these. I'm not getting rid of the holy hand grenade. I mean, that's 2 right there, right? I mean, that's how I get Boomer down to 3. I keep the Cabron help. I can heal her to full. Picket's tougher. I really hate this event. Yeah, the wackiness of this game, it's a feature, not a bug. I keep telling myself that, but sometimes I'm like, come on, dude. Like it's just an unrealistic option. So you're giving me 2 training points and 2 progress. So I guess there's that. It's just like it's like, and like when games just do like randomly like horrific things to you without like, you feel like you have a chance. It's like, I mean, there's not even another option here. I'll get rid of the descaler. I'll get rid of the malfunctioning mech. And we'll do him down to 2 health. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's still +1. That's bad. Each skill die, this is a skill die, so 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to get him down to 2 effectively, which is nuts. Okay, I'll try to get stand ground in place, I guess. Hopefully I get a good roll with the shield wall. We get 2 more training points, so if I get another defense die, gives him a chance to maybe survive. Bye loot. And let's go. So 2 more points, so we're actually up to 4. Training points are gonna be, if I do a health and another defense, that I think will give him a chance. So I'll try to train defense. I'm rolling 2 dice. I succeed. So that's up to 1. So that will help with the shield wall. And then I'll take a health there. Give him a little chance to get some wiggle room. So this is up to 1. And then with Boomer, I'll take my 2 training points. We're going to spend it on frag. She can take 1 more. I'll take it in Dex. 2 attack, 2 defense every turn, plus the frag. Nah, Dex isn't going to matter. Dex is not going to matter. I'll take body search. It'll get me closer to bigger boom at least. If I have a chance, I can keep rolling to try to get something to my boom counter. To get body search, you can't roll until there's a dead baddie on the mat. Then you can go from there. Let me check the chat. Undertow should be closer to 2 training points per day, and then base box. I keep my Undertow day 1, 2 encounter separate from the base 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to getting more for the base game. I have only the base game. I guess I could use the ace and the troll as an option for the base game, but like I really want more the starting encounters. Rocket says I'll generally play on adventure mainly, but don't meta build and try out the more situational skills. But I play legendary from time to time, then I will meta for sure. Not sure I'd attempt Age of Tyranny on legendary. Trying to get 7 wins in a row on legendary, considering scars is nightmarish. Yeah, I haven't messed with the I've never seen this game as like a campaign game. So I'm curious to try it. Maybe. I mean, I think I just want to get more gear locks and want to. There's more I want to do with the game. I mean, I still want to do the Nobulous Apprentice program stuff and then the build the tyrant aspects of Splice and Dice. So we'll see. That was the end of day 3. We go to day 4. And remember, all these skills are exhausted. I had to throw away some loot that could have been helpful. And my hit points aren't healed because the storm made sure I canceled my recovery. I mean, that's insane. To get this down to 6 is silly. I mean, I'm assuming you still get to spend the training points at least, but wow, woof, woof, I say. Ugh. I need a coffee after that one. I'm upset. This is me being upset. You hear my... I wish I could, like, mask my tone better sometimes. I'm just like, I probably sound not great right now. But yeah, I find that encounter super frustrating. So we'll see what the next one is. There's 7 left in the deck. I'm, again, not doing a tyrant encounter. There are 1 or 2 of these I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing the one I saw last time. That could have been fun. It just, didn't go well. Which is fine. I mean, that was still fun. It was more fun than that last encounter. I just had, don't get me wrong. Woof. All right. Beached bums. Of course, no Gearlock thinks they're bad at steering a raft, but then again, misplaced confidence appears to be a hallmark of our culture. Any other day, the shimmering sandbar we've beached on would be a lovely place to break for lunch. However, the grinding and Nobulous's hench beasts drown out our serene environs, announcing that a fight is imminent. Leaving the raft is not an option, as we'll never reach the break on foot. Holster your blades and get digging. We can still free the raft, someone shouts. This is gonna get messy. Yikes. So we're on the raft side. It is, again, no options here. It's gonna be a battle. If we succeed, we're gonna get 2 progress points and a loot each. And this is gonna be rough. Now, again, they gave you a lot of gifts in that last one to try to make up for the fact that it's gonna be hard to win this one, but you're in a 7-day encounter. You don't got much time. Well, that's nice. Wait, why are there mechs on our raft? What the heck is going on? Woof. That's bananas. All right. I've never seen this one. Free the raft. Half baddie points rounded up. So it's going to be 4 because it's 8 times 2 divided by 2, 4, including mech. Well, we're only going to get 1 mech and we're going to get a 1-point baddie. So far, I don't hate this. The big thing is I just need Boomer to make sure she's first. We're going to have an obstacle here. Again, we're beached, so we're going to put that there. We're going to have an obstacle here. Each obstacle has hit points equal to party size. So each obstacle will have 2 hit points, and I'll just put a 2 on top of them as a reminder. At the end of each round, if any obstacles still remain on the battle mat, on a party of 1, we're going to have another 1 or 2. We add a mech. Woof. And we treat Krellin starting positions as mech starting positions for this battle. Alright, we have a little bit of a chance. Lane 1, lane 2. Lane 1 is an orc scout, 3 health. Why? This guy again is unreal. He comes here in a ranged position. And then we have the mech sludgeon who has 4 defense dice, 2 health, and we're going to use the Krelling starting positions as mech starting positions for this battle. I rolled a 5. 5 is good. So, Intense 1. And again, Intense is going to take a bones out of our backup plan. The self-repair 2 means that it's going to repair itself for 2 if it takes any damage. But this sucker has 1 heck of a starting shield of 4. Bam. Ugh. And I just got it, and then I lost it. So, killing him going to be hard, at least early. The Orc Scout needs to go. That range attack is terrible. But again, we also probably should get rid of these because these mechs could make our life super rough. Where do I want to go? I mean, he's attacking the weakest. This dude's way over here. When is not ranged is totally melee. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go here and see if I can't get rid of the obstacles in the very first round of this sucker. After I place Picket, Picket's gonna roll 3 defense dice, and we'll get a shield wall. And I rolled a bones. Woof. I'm very good at rolling bones when I'm trying to get a shield wall. Again, more like a mausoleum. We're going to put this any die here. It is a 4. We have this any die here. It is a 4. And we're going to roll... no, we have the round die here. Need to roll the any dice for the Gearlocks. We got a 5 and a 3. All right. Well, Boomer's first. She has 4 decks. She's going to roll 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice, and she's attacking that pillar over there. Please give me... Yeah, I would like to get 2 attack. We did. I got a bones here. That goes there. Again, you can attack the obstacles as if they were enemies, so this obstacle is out. We are halfway toward having a freed raft. Pause this real quick. Eric J, your tone is fine. That encounter is bogus. Yup. But someone agrees. Oof. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. Refocus, Greg. All right, we have the orc. Oh, and she's also going to use the Sibron Kelp on her turn. She has 1 hit point. She's now back to full. I don't love using that there, but I just can't. I guess, I mean, she... I have 1 defense. No one else is attacking me right now. Can I save it? I would not risk losing anything on my lock dice. But if she gets killed by the orc peon, if I roll a 2, what's the worst that would happen? Would Picket be able to defeat the rest of these suckers with only 2 health? I don't know, man. Nah, I gotta use it. I really hate using it there, but I gotta use it. So, the orc peon is now going to roll 1 attack die. I'm sorry, the orc scout's going to roll 1 attack die against Picket because he's attacking the weakest. I rolled a 2. Wow, I rolled 2s like a... so good. I'm so good at rolling 2s. The mech sludge is moving 2. And now Picket's turn. Picket's going to roll 2 attack, 2 defense. I have to get the fence up before I start worrying about trying to get the stand ground in place. Wow. I mean, if I had rolled better with my my shield wall, but hopefully I get rid of this obstacle and really simplify this battle mat. I rolled 2 damage, I got 2 defense, and I have 1 bones. So I killed the obstacle, which means that we don't have to add anything more to the battle mat, and the raft is free. But again, we haven't won the battle encounter yet because we still have, you know, a sludge and an orc on board. We go to round 2. Boomer is going to roll 2 attack dice and, well, it has a dex of 3. So 2 attack die. We haven't killed the baddie yet, so I can't roll body search. I'm just going to roll 2 attack and a defense die. I'm going to hold out to the holy hand grenade. Yeah, the rest of this seems fine. Attacking the orc scout. That intense 1 is garbage. She's going after the weakest. think I just let the orc sludgeon go after Boomer. So I'm not going to roll a defense die. I'm just going to actually move 2. And then I'm going to roll 2 attack dice versus the orc scout. It's 2 damage. One of these days, I'm going to roll a 2 for myself. And that day, it's going to be magical. So we have the orc scout attacking the weakest, attacking Picket, rolls a 2. Yep, only 1 2 on that die. So I lost my shield. Picket's going to try to get standing ground because I'm hoping Boomer will just kill the... Oh, I'm sorry. The Orc Sludgeon is now going to attack Boomer. Intense 1 trigger, so I have to lose the dice in my backup plan. The Sludgeon's attacking Boomer with 1 die. It does 1 damage. We take out the shield. Picket's going to try to get standing ground in place, and it's rolling 1 defense die and a 2nd defense die and a 3rd defense die. Yes! Bones on it up, not attacking anybody, just going for bones. Alright, 2 bones and then reusable bones from stand ground. I don't hate it, and 1 shield. And we go to round 3. Boomer is attacking with 2 attack dice, rolling 2 defense dice, and attacking the Orc Scout. I got a bones. I rolled a 2, guys. It doesn't matter. The dude only had 1 health left, but I rolled a 2, so at least we know I can do it. And knowing is a confidence builder, and we get 1 shield. Done. The Sludgeon is going to remove my bones and attacking me with 1 attack die. Roll the bones. Hey, look at that. They can do it too, kids. That's fine. Picket is like, well, I like this chasing bones thing. It's going to roll 2 defense die, 3 defense die, and I rolled 0 bones. It's fantastic. We go to round 4. I am getting to an 8+1 with Picket one way or the other. That is how this is happening, I hope. Boomer is rolling 2 defense die and 2 attack dice, and she is she'll roll the body search now because we killed someone. So 1 and actually I couldn't roll 2 defense die anyway because I have a defense on my active slot. Body search, nice, moves my boon counter up 1. That's a really nice roll there. 2 shield, 2 damage. I'm taking off 2 shield from the Sludgeon. The Sludgeon is going to remove anything from my backup plan. There is nothing there. Remove 1 bones from my backup plan. Attacking Boomer with 1 die. Takes away this shield. Picket is taking out these 3 dice. Cannot roll a defense die. Does not want to get against the Sludgeon because the Sludgeon can punch it in the face. So just rolling 3 defense dice. 1 bones. We're 1 away. We're gonna get there. I promise. And that's that. We go to round 5. Boomer. Oh, this would have self-repaired 2, so it gets its 4 shield back. Boomer's going to roll 1 defense die and 2 attack dice. I rolled 2 damage, get 2 shield off. The Sludgeon gets 2 shield back. It takes away a bones from my backup plan and then attacks me for 1 dice. It boneses. Picket is like, please give me my 8+1. That's all I want in the world. So just... yeah, I don't want to move. We're about to take a damage from fatigue. So rolling 3 dice, 1 bones. There we go. That's 6 bones. I could take those out. This is a reusable bone, so I'm going to put stand ground back there. And now we flip to an 8+1. And I forget what my shield was. It doesn't matter. Nothing's attacking me anyway. I think it was at least a 1. We go to fatigue. In fatigue rounds, everyone takes a true damage, including this beautiful little sludge. Putting stand ground in place is silly because Picket's about to be killed the next round anyway. So not even going to bother. Boomer's just going to roll 2 attack dice because it's fun. Still haven't really rolled a 2 when it mattered. The Sludgeon's going to self-repair 2. Attack Boomer for 1. Boneses. And now Picket's going to be like, hey guys, I have an A+1. Great. And he's just going to stand there and do a little bit of a dance. Next round, everyone takes, oh, mechs don't take fatigue. Mechs don't take fatigue. Mechs don't take fatigue. Don't forget it. Oh, shoot. That's a thing. So Picket will attack. He's going to move. And he's going to try to get rid of some shield here. So hopefully Boomer can finish this off. Oh, she might have to use her frag. Oh, yikes. I totally forgot about that. That's silly. Where's she at? She's at 4. We should be good. So Picket's going to go in attacking with 2 dice. Oh, I rolled a 2! Oh, that's awesome. Really nice. So it's a good feeling. I'm not gonna lie. So down to 1 shield. We go to fatigue rounds. Boomer's down to 3. The Sludgeon doesn't lose a health because again, fatigue does not affect mechs because it's a robot. And now Boomer is gonna have to use this frag just to make sure we win this thing. So Picket's out. Boomer's gonna back up with 1, has 3 more decks. She's gonna roll 2 attack dice. Going to use her frag again. Before you roll the you have to do the boom counter. So we're down to 2. So I have to accept this result. That's unique with Boomer. And rolling 3 dice against this Sludgeon. All right, bones. We got 3 damage. I probably could have, with the throw odds, I probably didn't have to do it this way. I wanted to be super sure to make sure this was done. So bones, 3 damage. We killed this, so it's like 3, 5, 6 damage total because I can throw odds. That's obviously enough to take out the Sludgeon. So I got the bomb from the body search, and then we were able to use the bomb with the frag to make sure we won that. So that was exciting. Kind of, made it worth. I mean, I'm still upset we lost a malfunctioning mech and the Descaler and had to use the Sibron kelp. We have no loot whatsoever, but overall, at least we're kind of getting more powered up with a chance to take down Leech when all is said and done. So that is the end of that battle. Boomer is going to definitely use her recovery option to recover. Obviously, Picket's going to recover. He is at an 8+1, which is super nice. So that does open up the warden profession for me. We're going to get a loot each. The loot for Picket is augmented footwear. Anytime on your turn, move 1 adjacent position. Does not cost dex. Place this loot in your prep area as a reminder. That is a single battle loot. Every Yearlock parent dreaded the day their children came home with augmented footwear. Of course they did. And sleeping darts, 2 uses. Before battle, reduce your total battle Q points by 2. Please allow me, says Gilly, who I still have not played with. The famous Gilly. 1, 2, 3. Body search comes back here. Frag die comes here. We have 2 decks to spend, or 2 points to spend. I'm going to get a dex with our friend Boomer. I think that makes some sense. And then we'll get the big boom. She's looking pretty good, or we just want to get a health. Do we want to get a health? No, we'll just get. I'll get a dex, and yeah, I'll get a health. Get her up to 6. 6 I find is like a really good number. Like if I can get up to, oh man, if I want to beef up her attack too. If I get 6 health, 6 defense, another attack stat by day 7. Again, we're going into day 5. We already have 8 points. I've spent so much on stats here. So Picket, I'm going to take, I think I lean into the warden profession already. I'm going to take situational awareness, and I'm going to take riposte, because now that he has an A+1, I can start putting my defense dice in there, which open up my active slots. I still have stand ground, which I do want to get into place. That could be a hugely important die against Leech. Not so much a shield wall as a shield picket fence. Your rolls of shield wall are legendary. Hi, Greg. What's up, Brian? He's been rolling to usual form so far, says Lee. Yep. I was got curious, looked at the bogus encounter. It gives 2 progress points from what it's worth. Not sure you noticed that. I did. I did. It's still, oof. Armor isn't dice. It's total defense. The Sludgeon had armor 2. It gets 1 dice set to 2 and not 2 dice. I think it's Sludgeon's armor is, the Sludgeon armor was 4 though, dude. Yeah, the Sludgeon's armor was 4. That's why I had 4. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot going on with him. Yeah, the Typhoon encounter is nasty. No good time to get it. But if you do want to get it, you want to get it early. Get that before the Tyrant encounter would be a killer. Also, mechs don't take fatigue damage. Yeah, Eric was Johnny on the spot with that one. Yeah, sorry, I didn't look over the chat. You know, I have this uncanny knack of like realizing I'm doing something wrong half the time. So, but yeah, I appreciate the look out there. Would have made all of a sudden it got me nervous again. I was like, oh wait, I got this in the bag. I was like, oh no, I'm cheating. I don't have anything in the bag. I feel like I'm really crowded to this side of the screen. I don't know if I can any good way to fix that. So we're just I'll just put all these over here. We'll just kind of give myself more of a rolling surface area. Especially since it doesn't look like lockpicking is something I'm going to do today. So we'll just kind of spread those out, kind of fill the space, Greg, fill the space. Go here. I can probably find a way to get close. With 2 gear locks, you have all the loot. It's tough. I've been trying to figure out a way I can kind of get the camera closer with a lot of my games, but it doesn't really work the way the kind of the screen fills out. That said, I just purchased a second camera, so I'm hoping to have like, it wouldn't necessarily, not for this game, but at least for Spirit Island, Maze Island, looking to have a card cam within the next couple of months. So I got a couple things to work out with that from a tech standpoint, but I'm pretty excited. All right, day 5. I digress. We have all the progress points we need. So that's a thing. And now we're going to roll a d6. Yeah, that's the thing with Eric. So Eric, I mean, it's the 2 progress points is like, so what? Like, if you're losing battles, it's not going to matter. I mean, maybe if you're not playing on Legendary, maybe. If you're playing on Legendary and you're losing battles, great. So I get to face a Tyrant, but I'm underpowered, right? Like, I might be able to pull it off, but like, you have to win pretty much all your battles to have a chance against a Tyrant. All right, we're going to get a Tyrant encounter half the time. I rolled a 1. That half the time is not today. Oof. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm a wee bit concerned with how this is playing out because I do want one of those Tyrant encounters really bad. All right, the burning sensation of Ash Leet's foot. There are 3 key rules to exploring Daylor's southern jungles. First, bring a mechanical machete. Attached to a superbot or a mech suit, or even grafted onto your real arm. Up to you. Second, don't forget your electromagnetic mosquito liquefaction emitter. Finally, make sure your shoes are not engulfed in searing, foot-cooking lava. So, about that third one, we're all nursing nasty burns on our toes after mistakenly walking over a volcanic fissure. With foes right on our heels, this barefooted party of ours will have to think on its feet. We have 2 options. The floor is lava. Baddie points. Add Baddie points equal to party size. So that would be a total of 12. So it would be 2 5s and 2 1s. I could reduce it. Can I use this in a Tyrant encounter? I wonder. So it would be 2 5s and 2 1s. I know the first 5 isn't that terrible. It's a land battle. At the start of every round, lava burns all non-scales units on battle map for 1 true damage. If a baddie is defeated, release lane marker and flip the baddie chip over on its current position. Any unit that moves in this position is immune to lava as long as it remains there. Oh, that's crazy. So it creates like a buffer. That's an extra training point. So I think I go there. We're back away. We're getting cold feet. Baddie points after battle setup. Roll total combined attack dice on all baddies on battle mat. Then roll total combined defense dice on all gearlocks on battle mat. Subtract defense from attack and deal any remaining damage to gearlocks before round 1 begins. No. Rough. All right. I think the first one sounds easier for sure. Do I want to just get this down to 2 baddies and just use sleeping darts? I mean, I'm not going to have much opportunity otherwise, right? Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be really sick on the tyrant battle. I will reduce it by 2. Just give me the 2 5-pointers. The second 5-pointer obviously could be super bad. So Baddie points is 5 plus 2. It's 5 times 2 plus 2 minus 2. So it's just a 10. And there are 2 5ers. The first 5-pointer we already know. It's the Troll Enforcer. Troll Enforcer comes into play with 5 health. It has thick skin 1 and taunt. So if it rolls a bones and you are adjacent, the gear has to attack it. I'm supposed to be not on the raft. Silly Greg, you are not on a raft anymore. You are on land. Here we go. It's exciting. So this is going to go here. Next, the Orc Rager, raiding and then Rage 2. So that Rage 2 is going to trigger with a quickness because of that lava. So we need to be super aware of that. He comes in also with only 5 health though, and he's going to go in the melee position in lane 2. Picket's going to start. Oof. At the start of every round, so including the first round. Man, I really think we need to knock out the Rager. Is what I think we need to do. So hopefully we'll roll the any dice first before I roll my bones for my shield wall. A 5 and a 2. Oh, that's a bad roll for Picket. That is a bad roll, Picket. He's going to get punched in the face for 3 dice. If I have Boomer take the attack from the Troll Enforcer, Picket takes 4 dice from the Rager. I mean, I need to win this in the first 2 rounds anyway. That's fine. Well, Picket will have another turn. Picket will have a turn before the Troll Enforcer will. So he'll be able to get his defense back up. So this might not be that bad. So I'm going to put him there. I'm going to put Boomer there. That's attacking the strongest. They both have 6 health. Alright, so now that Picket's placed, we're going to roll his 3 attack dice. Again, I can put these in locked slots. I rolled 2 shield and a bones. Fantastic. Boomer's going to go. Boomer has 5 decks. Picket has 4 decks. I do need to get his decks up for sure. So with her 5 decks, she's going to roll 2. Oh, everyone takes 1 true damage. So again, Rage 2 is definitely going to trigger. And yeah, there's lava on the ground. So, you know, clearly that's why that happens. Ooh, he's getting 2 shield. Yeah, I better attack him. So Boomer is going to roll 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice. Picket's about to get messed up. I don't think she moves. I think she moves. I think she takes the attack from the Troll Enforcer. So Boomer's gonna spend 1 dex to move, and now she's attacking the Troll Enforcer with 2 attack and 2 defense, and rolling 2 defense. Thick skin 1. That should be fine. I feel good about this. I rolled 2 damage, so the Troll Enforcer is down to 2 health. And we get 2 shield. Trying to save my booms as much as I can. The Orc's gonna go. The Orc has Rage 2, so it's rolling 4 attack dice against Picket. Because it is down 1 health thanks to the lava. Oh, wow, 5 damage. 2 shield comes out. And 2 health remaining for Picket. So that could have been worse. Not much worse, but it could have been worse. Picket needs to do 3 damage, hopefully. Or getting a repost is important. So I'm not going to bother with defense dice. I'm going to roll my riposte die, my situational awareness die. I'm going to roll 2 attack dice. Do I try to do the stand ground die? No, that's probably a mistake. So again, 4 decks. I'm rolling these 4 dice. 1 riposte, please. I got a riposte, which is great. I'll put that there. I will not use the situational awareness die. Do 2 damage to the Orc Rager. And now the Troll Enforcer is going to roll 2 defense dice and 3 attack dice against Boomer. It does 2 damage rolls of bones, which means it has a taunt die, so if I'm adjacent to it, I have to attack it before I can attack anyone else, or I have to move away if I want to attack somebody else. Where the heck is the taunt effect? Boom. Just 2 damage, and only 1 shield worked, so 2 damage. Oh, just 2 damage? Yeah, so I just lose both my shields with Boomer, so that was great. Alright, we go to round 2. Boomer is first. Boomer is going to... No one's died yet, so she can't roll the body search. Everyone takes 1 true damage, because, you know, lava. I'm adjacent to the Troll Enforcer, so I kind of have to attack it. But it might make sense to back up so I can just kill off the Rager. That I don't hate. But I have this repost, so again, it doesn't matter. So the repost, just to be clear, what that allows me to do is when targeted by an adjacent baddie, I may avoid all damage and effects that turn. If you have a second repost in your active slot, you may use it to also deal 3 damage. Remember, when you use a skill die, it exhausts. So if I had 2 in a row there, I could just exhaust them both. I can avoid the attack and then do 3 damage back. So it's cool. And you also, from the timing mechanism of this, it seems like you can see the roll against you before you decide to use it. So I think they still roll. If I'm not, so you don't like avoid their roll. So they're definitely gonna roll, which is fine. The question here. Yeah, I think this is perfect. Boomer is gonna roll 2 attack dice. No one's died yet, so I can't do the body search. She's gonna roll 2 attack dice, and she's gonna roll all 3 of her search dice. Trying to scavenge it up. Oh, what a friggin' roll with those dice. So these all go here. I'm going to tick them all down by 1. So this is now a 1. This is now a 2. This is now a 1. We get another boom back. I do 1 damage and I have a bones. So I'm going to use the damage to get rid of the shield. And then I'm going to use my backup plan to throw odds, do another damage. We've killed the Troll Enforcer. Alright, Troll Enforcer out. The Orc Rager is going to attack Picket. It's rolling 4 dice. Oh, that would have been another 5 damage. Picket's like, nope, I'm going to exhaust my riposte, so you did not do any damage to me, you silly little orc. And now Picket's going to roll the stand ground die and 2 attack dice and 1 defense die, because it can. 3 damage. There we go. Stand ground goes there, so I get +1 health every round for the rest of the adventure until I get knocked out. Hopefully it doesn't happen. They get a bones there, 3 damage. We kill the Orc Rager. Orc Rager's out. We successfully survived the lava. Oh, by the way, when I killed, just to be totally clear, when I killed the orc, when I killed the troll, this should have just been there. And flip the baddie chip over on his current position. Right, I should have actually kept him on the board and just flipped him over. And then we could have gone and stood there and prevented the 1 true damage every round because of the lava. But I knew I was pretty much ending it there, so it didn't really matter. Or at least I was, in theory, was going to end it there, and that worked out for me. So these 2 come out. and success. So Boomer's going to come back. I'm going to get her back to full health, so she's going to take 2 health back. Picket comes back. I'm going to get him back to full health. He's going to take 5 health back. We're going to put the riposte die back in here. Now, just the dice allocations over here, so they are all different. So those 4 dice, it's like a 1, 2, 3 combination of 3 different skills. So the 2 other skills are switch, which allows you to switch places with a baddie or an ally. If you have 2 of them, you could heal the ally or do 3 damage to the baddie. And you have rush, which allows you to move 3 positions. If you do a second one, then you would actually do 3 damage to a baddie after an adjacent baddie after the rush. So they're really, really functional and really, really nice, but they use the active slots. So if you don't have the innate +1 that allows you to put defense dice in locked, it's really hard to make that strategy work. It's my favorite way to play Picket when you can get it unlocked. All right, so that was a good battle for us. We're going to get 1 loot each, 1 training point, 2 training points each. So 1 loot each. The loot for Picket is Jungle Spears. Anytime on your turn, roll 2 attack dice and deal combined damage to any non-adjacent unit. Does not cost dex. Watch it bring beast to their sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-nies. Excellent. An advanced fishing rod, drawing individual options of recovery phase, gain an additional option, fishing, roll a d6, place a number of hit points in a Gearlock's prep area as buff HP. Now, both of us use a recovery option to get back to full health, so I don't know how useful that would be, but it could be useful for the tyrant encounter. We'll see what happens on day 6. Checking the chat. Sorry, missed the stats of the sludge. I'm half watching as I'm working. Yeah, no doubt. Thick skin. I say roll with it. Start still smarting over that bonus encounter. Oh, he had thick skin too. I don't think I applied the thick skin. I definitely didn't. Yeah, I definitely didn't apply the thick skin. Well, still this holy hand grenade. Yeah, I definitely did not apply the thick skin. Oh, that was so bad. So he would have still had 2 health left. I don't want to use anything else. Pickett's going to lose his stand ground, which is fine. If we go to round 3, right, because I would have taken its shield off. He would have absorbed, so I would have done no damage to him. So he would have been down to 2. He would have lost the health. He would have been down to 1. Picket would have lost another. The Boomer would have lost another health. And then she could have attacked for 3. Or she would attack for 2. Oh, but it would have had a turn. It would have attacked the strongest. I can't remember what my defense was. I can't remember what my defense was. Because I just rolled those. I rolled those 3 and 2 attack dice, and I think I rolled a 1 and a bones, which is an awful, awful roll. But I forgot about the thick skin. Yeah, I think I would have had to use a boom counter and use a frag. That's the only fair way to do it. What is this? 3, 3, 3, 4. Is there a 2 on here? It's 4 3s and a 4. Is that right? 4 3s and a 4. So if I just backed up, I didn't roll those. I used the frag. I rolled those dice. I did a 3. That could have killed him with that. So I'll just use a boomer. But then these would actually tick down even again, get back to 3, and then these would go back on. That's the only way to try to figure it easily. Like the win was still there. It would have changed some decisions probably. But I basically took an extra boom out of there. But I obviously rolled those pretty well. I think that would have been the best way to kind of make sure of it, and then I get to back up because I like backing up. I like backing up. If I didn't kill it, I could have come in here with Picket, because Picket would have been attacked by the Rager. I got to come in here with Picket to absorb the damage and make sure I defend Boomer. Picket dies, so I just lose the stand ground die, and I lose those dice. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Y'all, sorry about that. Keywords everywhere, kids. But yeah, because with the thick sand on the shield, I needed to roll at least a 3. So just attacking it with 2 attack dice would not have been sufficient for sure. The first attack didn't have the shield on it yet, so I would have done the 1 damage to it then. It would have lost 2 damage because of true damage, so it still would have been down to 2. So all that math was correct. So any questions about that, put that in the comments. And we'll move on to day 6. So let's go. Hello, I discovered you recently by looking at some amazing videos you've made. Thank you for your share. Thank you, Mizra. I appreciate the kind words. Never had the chance to play this game. Maze Knight or Too Many Bones? A Slay King. And Brian Scott says, yes! Too Many Bones. Yeah, this one's good, man. I mean, it's chip theory. I mean, it's a certain kind of thing to it that's not for everybody, but if you like zaniness at all, I mean, this game is great. It definitely has its quirks that even, watch this video back later, you'll see me getting frustrated about some of the decisions they make with this game, but it kind of comes with the turf. I'm going to roll this D6. I rolled a 1, so no tyrant encounters. Woof. And here we go. So this is day 6. We're gonna face the Leech on day 7, the last possible day. Oh, did I take my rewards? I don't think I did. I did not. I was busy realizing about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I did not take my rewards. Let me not forget to do that. So I get 2 more training points each, and then we're going to go to this encounter. This will not influence what I was going to do at all. I want to give Picket a 5th dex. Well, let me try to get both their attack stats up, honestly, if we're facing some 5-pointers. So rolling 2 attack dice, I successfully train that, and then I'm going to get him a dex. Boomer, I successfully trained that, and then I'm going to give her a dex. So 6 and 3, 6, 6, 3, 6, 5, 3. I'll probably get him up to 6 as well. But those are really nice stats. And then I can give her like the big boom and the bigger boom, and I can kind of do some stuff with her for the tyrant encounter. That makes me happy. And we still have this holy hand grenade. So yeah, the search for 325 didn't happen. Search for 325, if you don't know, it's basically if you get it, there's a die you can roll. If you get 325, you can put it in your lock stat, and then it enhances your holy hand grenade. It also can enhance your bigger boom. I think it only enhances your bigger boom at that point, or maybe the napalm. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. But again, 7-day encounter, things get really, really tight. So we have 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, and then we have a consumable. So we have 10 training points. We should get to 12 training points, right? Assuming we win this encounter, and that's a pretty nice score going up against Leech. I do need to get stand ground back in place, though. Obviously, I ended up losing it. Oh, I didn't lose it because I replayed Boomer's turn. I would have killed the Troll Enforcer before we got to another round. Anyway, I just had to do it differently by using a frag bomb. That's right. So we still have stand ground, which is super helpful. All right, I feel better about that. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. So I've been shot at. The goblin responsible is already out of range for retaliation, but this is not over. Pulling the arrow from your helmet, you prepare for battle. Battle queue is baddie points. Ranged baddies have surprise, which means they would go to the top of the battle queue. Again, a battle queue right now is going to be 12. It's going to be 2 5s and 2 1s. Or I've been chat at. The dragon responsible is already out of range for retaliation, but this is not over. Wiping the dung from your helmet, you prepare for battle. Battle points, baddie points, melee baddies have surprise. And I haven't scouted a darn thing. Woof. Well, I mean, I will give range baddies a surprise. I think there are fewer of them, and let's see how this goes for me. So, do I want to reduce this with sleeping darts? Kind of. Maybe, sort of. Kind of. No. 2 5-pointers can be really bad. Definitely need to win this one. Have the jungle spear. Yes, I'm going to use this again. We're going to get this down to just 2 5-pointers. Forget the 1-pointers, especially because the surprise thing is bananas. Are you ranged? No, it is not. So we have the Wiser Golden Troll Ultra. If it rolls a bones, it's careless, will do 1 true damage to itself. It has stench 2 and poison 2, and it attacks with 2 dice. So he's super fun. Really kind of the guy you want at all your parties for sure. And if you don't want them in your parties, you're just not going to the right kind of parties. And that's just an inarguable fact about your life. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. We're going to have this sucker. It is a Chimp Sentinel. It has dodge, which means attack dice cannot be used to attack it. Plus, it has 1 mind, so any other beast-type baddies will immediately take a turn after this one, I think. Or they do an attack, or they do something. On this unit's turn, all other beast-type baddies roll 1 attack die against their targets. Yeah, that would have been a little bit too strong the way I said it. That is also melee, so no baddies have surprise, although the Chimp Sentinel has an any die of a 6. So it might as well have surprise. Unless, Boomer rolls her 6, which she does. She's been known to do once in a while. That will go there. And this is a dose. Dose is 2 in Spanish. You're welcome. You can pay me for the lesson later. A 5 and a 3. That's going to go there. That's going to go here. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Those are our baddies. I'm going to put Picket on the battle mat. Where is he going to go? Well, we can't harm this guy anyway. Well, Picket can start. I mean, Boomer can start picking at him with the throw odds thing. But realistically, stench 2, poison 2. Really, Picket going there makes the most sense. And the poison does require a target, right? So if I have a riposte in play, I can avoid that poison 2, and hopefully we can just take this 2 down. Again, I have 3 attack dice with both of my Gearlocks, which is super, super strong. I'm going to put Boomer down there, and we're going to... Again, she still has the Holy Hand Grenade. She has the Body Search. If I didn't have so much other damage dealing capabilities, especially you'll see in the Tyrant encounter, I probably would have wanted to keep hold of Sleeping Darts a little bit more than I cared about it. But I was like, whatever. It just didn't seem like it mattered all that much. I am going to roll through my shield wall because, I have to roll some bones to start this off. Oh my gosh. I didn't roll a single bones. It's like, what? It's crazy. It's absolutely lunacy. That's a nice roll. So I will take that. Remember, this standing around does go into locked dice as well. So that does take up a little bit of the space that I would want for my defense dice. But I'll take that trade-off for sure. So the Chimp Sentinel is going to go first. It's moving down. It's rolling 2 attack dice and a defense die. And boom, 2 damage. I'm going to take away these 2 shields. And 1 shield goes on it. Boomer's turn. Boomer's going to attack this clown, attacking with 3 attack dice. 1, 2, 3. And she has 3 more decks. I'll re-roll these 2 because I can. sure. She has one more dex even than that, though. It's just too much dex. I mean, I'm probably going to want to use a frag on this clown, so I'm going to hold on to that. So I'll roll these 5 dice, even though my dex is 6. We get a 1 here. If I had an 8+1, I could turn this into a 1, but I did not. But I do 4 damage, which cuts this guy down to 1 health. And I'm just going to not accept this result and put that back on the mat over here. Picket. Picket's obviously attacking Stenchy Poo. That stench is going to be bad, though. It's going to be 2 true damage to me. No, even better. Picket's just going to back up. We're going to use that stench to our advantage. That's right. Use the stench to your advantage, kids. Yeah, this will work. Oh, I didn't roll any defense dice as Boomer. Yeah, that's fine. I probably should have. But she can take 1 attack from that clown. So Picket's going to back up. He's going to roll his 2 reposts. He's going to roll 3 defense dice. Oh, sorry. He moved for 1. His dex is only 5. So movement for 1. He's rolling these 4 dice. Ooh, no repost. We get a bones here. We get another 2 defense. And I'm not going to accept either of those results. So not the greatest roll here. This guy comes down. He's going to poison Picket for 2. So poison 2 goes there. He's rolling 2 attack dice, 2 defense dice. He rolls 3 bones and a shield. So no damage to Picket. The bones triggers Careless 1, so it kills itself. But when it dies, we put this stench 2 die out. That's going to give 2 true damage to everything adjacent to it, which is why I kind of let it live. Picket's down to 4. The Chimp Acrobat is down to 2. Remember, I could throw a bomb at it, which I probably will with Picket, although it's with Boomer, but it's not going to be in the greatest spot for that, but I think that's fine. And if I go adjacent to it as a Gearlock, I do take 1 true damage, or is it any unit? I think it's just the Gearlocks. Gearlock's moving adjacent to it, 1 true damage. So that dude is out, killed himself, because, you know, he was careless. End of the round, the stench die goes down to 1. And now this Chimp Acrobat's going to go. He moves here and here, and he's attacking Boomer. He's attacking with 2 attack dice. It's not rolling any defense die because it already has a defense dice on it. It does 2 damage and a bones. So Boomer is down to 4. Boomer is going to roll her frag die. So this is going to trick down to 2. She's rolling the fuse die. She's rolling 2 defense dice. And she has 2 more dex. She might as well roll at least 2 attack dice. It's not going to matter, though. Oh, I can roll the body search die. I'll roll the body search die. Even better. Here we go. So 2 of these. Body search gives me 1 component. I'm going to add... I'll just take that. I'll make this a... It's not going to matter. Now, I'm not going to take that result. It doesn't matter. Why is this a 12? Oh, this is the bag of booms. Oops. Oh, I totally cheated before. When I got the bomb before, I shouldn't have. This is down to a 1. I would have gotten 2 components. Yeah, I had the wrong die. I took the consumable die instead of the bag. I was going to say, I was like, I don't remember ever getting a bomb from the back, the body search die, but it is what it is. I just took that bomb away. This gave me, so I just rolled a 2, so that would have been for this turn. Great. So I'll take 2 and 2, and now we'll get this up to a 0, a 3 anyway. But I absolutely fragged on my my attack, which is awful. And I'll put this here, and I have a shield. Which means I'm going to have to find another way to kill this dude. Which is super frustrating. I will just throw... no, throwing odds at it makes no sense either. So I'm going to try to get up to throw ends with Boomer. And that's the end of her turn. Picket's going to go. He takes 2 true damage because of the poison. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, man, the bag of the body search dice seemed really strong, giving me a whole bomb. So yeah, I was using the bag of bones. So they have sides that look very, very similar. The body search die, again, once something's killed, you can either get a treasure, 3 buff HP, or a component. So I just rolled it the once and I got 2 components, which is fine. Picket's gonna go now. If I move adjacent to that sucker, I'm gonna take a true damage. So that's silly. Oh, I do have the stand ground die. So Boomer will get a health back from that. And that's great. He's going to roll these 2 dice. He's going to roll... These don't account against my defense stat. So I'm going to roll 2 of those dice. I have no target, so I cannot roll any attack dice. I got 2 ripostes, which is perfect. We get a bones and another defense die. We go to round 3. This goes down to 0, which is great. So no more stench to worry about. The chimp acrobat's attacking Boomer for 2 dice. It does 2 damage. Shield comes out, 1 damage to her. Boomer's gonna go. She's going to roll 4 dice. If I get if I get 2 more bones, I can use my throw ends to kill the chimp acrobat. So hopefully that will work out. I got 1 more bones because, of course, when I wanted 2, shield, 2 damage. I can use the damage to take off the shield. I just can't use the damage to make it lose hit points. So I will do that. And then we have a shield bash here. But if I do the shield bash, oh, I do not have to take off that. So the Warden Profession has a die that gives you a perpetual shield. If you do a shield bash with a perpetual shield, you do have to remove it as part of a shield bash. I won't have to do that in this case, so let me finish this off. So Picket's going to take 1 damage because of the poison. The poison goes away, and then Picket's going to attack. It's attacking with, I have 4 decks left, two attack dice. I can roll 2 more defense dice. We still have the riposte in play. So oh, that would be more fun. Oh, that could be more fun. Because even if I leave those there, the best part is they'll actually stay there locked. And I would still be able to roll 3 more dice, which is absolutely crazy. That's probably smartest. I'll roll. I got a 1 of the 1 and a 2. I'm just gonna take the bones. I'm not gonna do anything else. Someone has to make sure. I think that was a 2. It flipped out. I'm pretty sure it was a 2. So I had a 2-2 there. And now we go to round 4. The chimp's going to attack the weakest, which is Picket, except it's going to roll its dice. It bones on the defense die. It does 2 damage, but actually I'm going to ignore all those effects and take a second one out to do 3 damage to it and just kill it that way, which is better. And now I get to keep those in there for the next round, which is super cool. So we go to round 5, or we go to the tyrant battle because everything else is done. Let me get this over to the raft side. I'm going to get my rewards for this battle before I get too far ahead of myself. I'm going to heal Boomer as her recovery option. I'm going to heal Picket as his recovery option. This die comes out. These come out. So everything that's not in the lock slots come out. So everything comes out for Boomer as well. Boomer's going to get her casing die back, her element die back, her fuse die back, her body search die. Now that it's actually the body search die, that's important. This goes here. We're going to get 1 loot each. Boom. Non-essential oils. You may re-roll your initiative die during battle setup. Oh, hallelujah. I love that thing. 3 uses too. Super cool. I'm not convinced these are helping anything at all. Handled blade. Anytime during your turn, roll 2 attack dice apart from your other dice and deal damage to any adjacent unit. But rolling of bones breaks this blade, canceling any attack rolled, and it must be discarded immediately. Usable only once per turn. Looks like these apes finally wisened up and stopped grabbing the sharp end, said Duster. I hate the breaking part of that because I break that blade on my first use every time. So like hopefully today is the first where that doesn't happen. I'm going to grab another Dex with Picket, so now he's up to 6. Movement's going to be super important in this final scenario. So having that in mind is going to definitely motivate me a little bit. Plus, I'm going to have the single-use battle. Oh, yeah. Single boost the footwear. I'm going to be able to run anywhere I want, which is super great. I'm also going to take the other one of the Warden dice that has the double use, has at least 2 instances of repost, so that's Rush. So just going a total Warden build and just having some fun with that. Picket, we're gonna go bigger boom, or big boom and bigger boom. That's it. Big boom and bigger boom. Match made in heaven. So 6 health for both of them, 6 dex for both of them, 3 attack for both of them, 3 defense for Picket, 2 defense for Boomer, and that's a build, kids. I feel pretty good about this. Whoa. Lots of comments. All right, anyone here who never missed the too many bones rule? Even in Tournament CTG, they call it too many rules, says Eric. Except for me, just kidding. Haha, thank you. Yes, this game has a lot of dice. I guess I like deck builders and cards more than dice. Yeah, tons of dice. I love both. I've grown a lot to love dice, and a lot of that. I mean, it's Dawn of the Zeds, huge dice game, like too many bones. I prefer cards a bit, which is like my 1 and 2 are going to be Maze Knight and Spirit Island, but I've grown to really like dice games, and I'm just terrible at dice games. I roll terribly. Like, there's got to be whatever continuum of luck there is when it comes to dice rolling. Oh, dude, like it doesn't go well for me. So I am due for an epic course correction of that in the next few months. So you all watch out. I'm telling you now. Did you heal or can you scout? I definitely healed. Brian, Poison and Stench. Adam must have been in a bad mood the day he created that one. Vincent Van Beelen, not enough attack, you mean? And Brian's got like, too much dex, blasphemy. Never have too much dex. I agree. So we're going to day 7. Let's take on this ugly, slimy, non-slug, but I'm gonna keep calling it a slug because it looks like a freaking slug. I mean, I guess he's cute. I don't know. You take him home to mom. Look at that. Look at that little Cthulhu tentacle snail thing going on. Man, I just want to hug him and just bring him home. He looks cuddly. All right, Sucker Punch. Battle queue on the raft. Party of 2, add 2 baddie points. So again, if I still had the sleeping darts, I could just reduce that to 0. But it just wasn't working out. I really wanted to make sure I survived those battles. It seemed more important to get here. We're going to do 2 baddie points, so 2 1-point baddies. And we're adding Krellin. Krellin always go on the top. They would go on the top in this case anyway, because 3, is higher than 1. You heard it here first. So our first Krellin of the day. We're going to place Leech on this card along with 1 health. Leech is added to the baddie queue with his current hit points when the last baddie is defeated. Hit points added to Leech may exceed his hit point stat. Leech does not move on his turn. When on the raft, Leech attacks and uses skills as normal, including attacking the raft. Unique tyrant skills. Feast. If Leech cannot target a unit or the raft, he is placed in a raft position adjacent to the strongest opposing unit and targets it. Its second skill, Water Lord. Leech can only lose his last hit point while on a raft position. So think about that. We see how that plays out. It's super crazy. Bloodsucker. All hit points lost by other units, that's both baddies and gearlocks, are added to Leech, even if he is not yet in play. Tyrant die. So the Tyrant die, I think it's half and half. Are you a half and half or you are? Leech Therapy, remove all effect dice from Leech. I don't put effects on him, so that's not a thing. And Peptides, if Leech deals damage to an opposing unit, also add bleed effect die to that unit and add 1 hit point to Leech. So a big part of this is now, remember, how did Krellin work? Krellin attack adjacent gearlocks. If there's no adjacent gearlock, they move to the next position in sequential order. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 6 to 1, blah, blah, blah. And then it either attacks an opposing gearlock if there's one adjacent, or it attacks the raft. If it attacks the raft, it does at least 1 damage. You put a damage chip on the raft. If the raft chip ever has 4 damage chips and would take another one, you lose. However, we cannot defeat Leech when he's in the water. So we need to get into a place where he basically attacks, can attack a gearlock, he moves, can attack the raft, and then he comes on the raft, and then we can attack him. It's pretty bananas to try to set that up, and it does mean we have to kind of get a little bit of brinksmanshipy in being at places where we have the raft is starting to take some damage. So setting that up can take a little bit of going on. So we'll see we'll see where the early Krellin go. I do like to have these filling up with damage, or here. I mean, just you have to get to places where it's like, all right, well, if Leech is here, he'll go here, and then we'll be able to, take him down. So super exciting. Yeah, I really like some of the clever things they did with the tyrants in Splice and Dice for sure. Josh was not lying about that. So let's go. I got my baddies here. The Krellin 1's going to get lane 1 chip. Krellin 2 gets a lane 2 chip. Krellin 3 gets, or the no Krellin 3. 1 point Baddie gets the lane 3 chip. 1 point Baddie in lane 4. First Krellin. It is the Krellin Dark Stalker. It attacks with 2. It has 1 defense die that it rolls. It's a melee baddie. It has pull in and treasure. So pull in means that it will just, it's pretty crazy. Target party member is placed in Krillin's starting position adjacent to this unit if possible. And then treasure, when this unit is defeated, place loot die at its position. If you don't have a loot die, instead draw a loot. So what's the loot die? The loot die is, I think if you're adjacent and you spend 2 decks, I think is how the loot die works. I haven't used that in quite a while. Loot die, page 26. I do appreciate, as much as I rag on chip theory against rulebooks, I do appreciate that they generally have an index. So the loot die, if the loot die is on the battle mat, a gear lock adjacent to the position with the loot die may spend 1 dex at any time on their turn to pick it up. When picked up, immediately roll and gain the results. Units can be in the same position as the loot die. And I think it just stays in that position. It doesn't like block the position, so curious to see how that plays out for sure. So we're going to put this dude with its 5 hit points in what position? Well, we're going to roll. I rolled a 4. That sucker's going right there. Having him damage the raft, get a little places where we can kind of set up ourselves for, Leechy Poo to get on the board is going to be good. The fact that it has 5 health, not so good, because remember, as we take health off of it, we're going to add it to Leech. So that's a thing. The next Krellin coming on the board is going to be the Krellin Water Wraith. So poison 1, attacks with 1, it has 4 health. And what position is going to go in? It's going in 4. Well, 4 is full, so we go to the next position in sequence. It's going to go to 5. I kind of like the idea of loading up a damage chip there and there, and just knowing that wherever Leechy Poo ends up, we're going to really want to kind of get him to this end of the raft. The first 1 point baddie on the raft is the Troll Brute. Troll Brute has 3 health. It's going to go into the melee position in lane 3. And then number 4, it has 4 health, stout, and rating. Oh, not stout. That's an impossible combination. This unit's last hit point can only be removed by fatigue. That's terrible. Well, that just got interesting. Stout's really bad. So remember, Barnacle doesn't come on board until everyone else is killed, and I can't get everyone else killed until fatigue rounds now. That's impossible. Woof. I got no healing cards. I had to use them all early because of that stupid storm. This treasure die could be used. Hopefully I get a loot that gives me some healing. I'm going to use the augmented foot rare to give me 1 extra move a turn with Picket. Woof. Here's a question. Here's a question. So if this is a 4, this is a 3. If there's no... When the Krellin move... At the start of a Krellin turn, if it has no opposing unit, it will move to the next number Krellin turn in sequence. At that point... But if 5 is full, how does it move from 4 to 5? What am I missing? If 5 is full, it's just stuck. Oh, too many bones. Does it go to 6? At the start of a turn, if it has no opposing unit to target, it will move to the next number of Krellin position up in sequence. At that point, if it has an opposing unit to target, it will target. If it doesn't, it attacks the adjacent raft. The attack in the raft position is successful, and the wreckage hit there. If it can't attack the raft, it just, no harm, no foul. If there's already wreckage chips. Alright, someone has to tell me if that sucker's gonna still move. Hold on 1 sec. I just saved you all from a very violent sneeze. You're welcome. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna go here. It's gonna kill it anyway, just to take away the... Oh, I can roll my any dice first. I rolled a 2, non-essential oils. Let me re-roll this. A 5! Oh, non-essential oils coming in big. Yeah. That goes there, that goes there. I should probably put the any dice for the rest of these clowns. So this is a 1, and the green is a 3. Alright, Boomer. So Boomer's gonna go here. Boomer's rolling with her 6 dex. She's gonna roll 3 defense and the two defense, 3 attack, and I'm just gonna try to get bones with all of my scavenging dice. So give me some bones. That's not a bones. This is a bones, and I'm attacking this dude. I want to try to get rid of him. I got 3 shield. I'm putting this element back. Kellen will keep advancing to a free spot, so we'll just go from 4 to 6. That's crazy. All right, so we killed this dude, or we got 2 damage off of this dude. Because I bones any other attack. This goes away. Oh, do I want to throw odds? Yeah, we'll throw odds. Let me make sure he's dead before he has a turn. And we'll try to get the treasure route and see what that treasure is. I like treasure. I'm gonna need treasure because I'm in trouble with Mr. Stouty Poo on the board. So yeah, thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Shield. What go what? Also, yeah, I knew those 6 to 1 shield. Wall. Oh, shield wall. I like shield waka waka. Shield waka walk was better. It's like, what? I roll the bones just to not disappoint my fans at home. All right. Well, they're useless. I'm gonna take them out and re-roll them. I have 6 decks. I'm gonna roll 3 attack and 3 defense. Oh, let me try to get a repost set up. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna roll 2 defense, 3 attack, and 1 of the repost dice. Did not roll a repost. I did 5 damage, 2 bones, which is a lot of bones, and 5 damage. Definitely killed this dude. So we're going to put a treasure die here in position 4. And I'm probably going to have Boomer go get it, because if it's a healing thing, I'm going to need that for sure. And this Krellin is out. And oh, all 5 of the health that came off of that Krellin is now added to Leech, because it's a bloodsucker, because that's what leeches do. So, but we can take that die out. One less baddie to worry about. This Krellin is going to try to attack a Gearlock. It can't. It goes from 5 to 6. It's going to attack the raft. It's rolling 1 die. It does 1 damage. I will put a damage chip here. Excellent. That's done. The Vermling, what is this? What are you? The Grunting Trumper. Tromper. There you go. It's going to move to the closest. So 1, 2, 3 to Picket, 1, 2 to Boomer. It's going to go 1 and 2. It's attacking Boomer with 1 die. It does 2 damage because I only roll 2s for the baddies apparently. Next, the Troll Brute's going to move down. It's rolling a defense and an attack against Picket. It rolls 2 damage because again I only roll 2 for the baddies. And gets 1 shield. Woof! So many 2s. We go to round 2. Excellent. Yeah, raiding isn't triggering because there's no other orc type baddies. There's another troll baddie, but it only cares about the orcs. Alright, we're going to try to kill this dude now. It's going to go from 6 to 1 if it's not dead. So yeah, I think it just makes sense to wipe it out. So rolling 3 attack dice, 1 defense die, and again I'm trying to get bones with my scavenging dice. Did not get a bones with my scavenging dice. I did 4 damage to it, and I get 1 more shield. 4 damage kills it. That 4 damage is added to Leech. He's getting mighty healthy. Little gluttonous little Leech bloodsucker thing it is, and that comes out. Picket's going to attack the Troll Brute. It's got 6 decks. It's rolling 3 attack dice, 2 defense dice, and to try to set up its repost. So the fact that I haven't taken any damage yet is key. Remember, all units, any damage I take, all other units, any damage I take goes into Leech, which gets really interesting in fatigue rounds. Whoa! So 3 bones, 2 more defense, which I'll put in my lock slot. It did not roll a repost. 1 damage just takes off the shield. Thick skin, yeah, did not roll. If I do a shield shock, I have to yeah, I don't like that. If I did a shield shock, I'd have to take all my defense out, and there's really no point. I'm not in an absolute rush right now, so we're just going to let that chill, and hopefully this sucker rolls a careless. Green's going to go, rolling an attack die against Boomer. Doesn't roll a 2 for once, rolls a bones. And that's a miracle. The Troll Brute's going to go, rolling an attack and a defense die against the Picket. Rolls 1, so this trickles down to a 1. And gets 1 shield on it, still not triggering careless. We go to round 3. Again, really no rush here because we have to wait to fatigue rounds anyway. Yeah, it's just no point in doing much of anything right now. So we're going to attack. I do want to kill the Troll Brute because he's annoying. So I'm going to roll 3 attack dice. Why do I want to kill it? Because it's annoying. And I'm going to roll all 3 of these suckers. Again, just trying. Ooh. I still have that treasure chilling over there, right? Picket's going to try to... Boomer wants that treasure because she's going to want something that gives her health. Again, we already have stand ground with Picket. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. And she's rolling these 3 attack dice against the Troll Brute. 1 bones, 2 damage. I'm going to throw odds. So that's 3 damage. So 1 shield off. I'm going to remember to thick skin this time, and we do 1 damage that gets through. Look at me remembering rules. Picket's going to go. Picket has 6 dex. Picket's going to roll 3 defense dice. 2 defense dice, a repost, and 3 attack dice. Still not rolling the repost. That's 3 shield. I'm putting this back. It's another bones. I have no room for it, so I'm not going to keep it. 2 damage. 1 gets absorbed by the... That's crazy. 1 gets absorbed by the thick skin. 1 goes through. Oh, make sure I keep forgetting to put the health here. So yeah, Leech sucks up those 2 health. Over the last 2 turns. The scout's going to move 1 and attack Boomer. Rolls 1 damage, takes out the defense. And the troll brute's going to roll an attack and a defense. It's attacking the strongest. We'll have it attack Picket and his 7,000 shields. It boneses, so careless triggers. It does 1 damage. I'll take this die out. Actually, I'll take this die out. I want those open slots. And then it kills itself. When it kills itself, again, that health goes to Leech. So we're down to 1 baddie on the mat, and we're going to round 4. Round 4, Boomer. Boomer's going to move 1. I think it's 1 dex. Make sure it's not 2. I know I just read this, but this is how my brain works. Yep, so I'm going to spend a 2nd dex to pick this die up and roll it. 2 treasures. Oof, I don't mind that. Fortunate discovery. I'm going to get the bag of bones. Select one of your consumables. Skill dice are placed in a spot on your mat is now available for use. Yes, this will do nicely, says Mirawatt. Bag of booms in town. Give me a healther. Oh, huckleberries. Heal any adjacent gear lock for 4 hit points or heal yourself for 3. Huge. That's exactly what I needed. I still have 4 more decks. I'm going to take 3 attack dice and roll 1 defense die against the Tromper. The Tromper, 1 of bones and 3 damage. This sucker's out to 1 health, which again can't go away till we get to fatigue. The 3 health that comes away goes on to Leech. This die can come back here. Picket. What's Picket gonna do? Picket's like, hi guys, I'm Picket. We still have his augmented footwear. I don't know why Picket talks like that. He just does. We're gonna roll these 3 dice and 2 defense dice because we can. Only 1/6 of that is this 2. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not even trying to attack this dude because there's no point. We got a 2. I got my first repost finally, and I'm gonna put these 2 back. We're gonna do the Stout's turn, or the Tromper's turn. He's gonna move. He's rolling 1 attack die against Picket. He rolls a 1. We take a shield out. We go to round 5. This guy's gonna die next round. Finally, I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3. I don't think this bag of booms is gonna do anything for me. You can't trade loot in the middle of a round, so that's a little unfortunate. I'll do a body search, and well, this isn't going to do anything. Oh, it could get 3 buff HP. Oh, I should keep rolling that. Try to get a 3 buff HP. Nice. And then I'll roll 1 defense die. Again, my defense stat is 2. I already have 1 die there. So these 5 dice, I'm wasting 1 dex. I got another loot. That's exhausted. I'll take the loot, and hopefully it's good. I didn't roll any bones with my scavenger dies. I did get a bones with my defense die. So these are going back in their slots. I get 1 more loot thanks to the body search die, making sure I did roll the right one this time. I did. Power cell, reroll any 2 dice, only usable in battle, and I could use it twice. So she's got a little stock of things there, which I like. Picket. Picket's gonna go adjacent to this dude, let it attack it in case it rolls, happens to roll a 2, which would be super sad. Oh, Boomer should not be there. Well, she was locked in anyway. It would have cost me 2 to get on top of this chip. Hopefully I don't roll a 4 or a 6 with Leech. That'd be super bad luck. Picket wouldn't have rolled these dice. I have to get out of there. I can't. I just can't be there. She wouldn't have rolled any of these dice. She would have just moved one, two, three. Because if I roll a 4 or 6 with Leech, I want to damage that spot, and I can't. I can't risk the 17 rounds. Like seriously, if those are bones, I would have taken them out. Like that's a more important strategic move. So it's 2. It's when there's a wreckage ship, it's 2 to get on it. So it's 1 plus the 1, just like it's 2 to get out of the water. Thanks to Eric reminding me of that. And then I just moved the 1 there. All right, Picket moved 1. Picket has 5 decks left. Picket's gonna take. Nope, it's not. You can take those out at any time. So I'm gonna roll these 2, and I can roll 1 more defense die. My defense die is a 3. I have 2 defense there. Actually, augmented footwear. It just moved over, which is bananas. What is shield shock again? Shield shock is like crazy powerful. Perform backup plan. Also, yeah, the non-tyrant is stunned, which is not helpful. So benevolence is probably better, but shield bash is still going to be ultimate. So rolling, I got 2 more riposts. Oh, the joys. I'm going to take both of these out and get both of these in. All right. The Tromper is going to attack Picket. They both have equal amounts of health, so that's totally fine. It does 1 damage. We'll take this shield out. And now we're fairly set up. So I haven't lost any health, so we have not contributed to Leech getting more health yet. That's about to change in 1 second. I do want to make sure I did this right. So 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3, and then he started with 1. So that's exactly how much health has been lost by all the other baddies. And we go to fatigue rounds. So everyone takes 1 true damage. 1, stout triggers. This happens. All of this contributes to Leech. And he doesn't enter. So he's added to the Baddie queue. He's going to enter the battle mat next turn with all of his beautiful skills. This guy is out. We have a whole round to not do much of anything. Done. Picket is going to now roll these dice. Actually, I'll just take the rolls from last time. They were all crap. I'm fine with that. And she can roll 1 defense die because she already has 1 defense die in place. I don't want to roll anything else. There's no bones on here. Yeah, it's fine. So 1 more shield. Great. Good job, Picket. I guess I could have just moved her last turn. I could have moved her this turn, forgetting that Leech wasn't coming into play. I kind of got ahead of myself there. So yeah, if I had just rolled last turn and moved this turn, it's really the same result. And I don't mind being here. I have enough decks to kind of figure out where I want to go. She still has plenty of. I just rolled 1 die. So in theory, I have. Well, if I rolled those and that, I still have 1 deck. So let me get more to the center of the mat. It just makes more sense. All right, Picket is going to roll 3 defense dice. Can't really do much else. I've already have all my active slots filled. Trying to get a 2er in the lock slots. I rolled a 1er and 2 bones. And shield form would have triggered at the beginning of his turn, so he's at full health. All right. We go to the next round. At the end of the round, Leech is going to come into play. Leech is a Krellin, so we're going to determine his starting position. He goes to 3, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Can I get enough damage off of it in the next round? Leech is going to get a any die. It's going to get the, I don't know, the first one I killed is, I forget which lane it was. It doesn't matter. It's just going to stick the blue lane marker, and its any die will be set at a 6 because, again, tyrants always enter battle mat at the top of the any meter. Everyone takes a damage, including Leech. Krellins do suffer from fatigue, and we are into fatigue rounds. So Leech is going to lose a health, but he's going to gain 2. So he loses 1, but so do I. So do both of the Gearlocks, and the Gearlock's health goes to Leech. That is my understanding of the rules. I cannot see another way that would work. Fatigue rounds, all baddies take a fatigue, including ones that just entered the battle mat. He's going to get our fatigue damage, but he will lose his. So effectively, he's gaining 1 health a round as long as we keep going. We're losing 1 health a round. But again, I have stand ground, and I picked up those huckleberries, so I feel pretty good. Brian's Galaxy's wall and laughs. Yeah, no doubt. I got there. So Leech is trying to attack. It can't. It's going to go from 3 to 4. It's going to attack this. It's rolling its 3 attack dice plus its tyrant die, and it's going to do a wreckage ship right there. So it rolled peptides, a bones, and at least 1 damage. So we're going to put another wreckage ship here. And the peptides, had it done damage, peptides are, if Leech deals damage to an opposing unit, add the bleed effect die to that unit and add 1 hit point to Leech. The other one is Leech Therapy. Again, as we talked about, I don't add effect dice to baddies. Anyway, not my thing. So I want Leech to go from there to there and end up here. The question is, can I get enough damage on Leech in the interim? I think so. So Boomer is going to go. Boomer has 6 decks. Handle rate is not going to help much. Boomer's going to roll 1, 2, 3 dice. She's going to use 2. Again, every time you use something from the Grenadier profession, you have to use a boom counter. And again, these are final results. You have to keep them, although Power Cell is very nice to have for Boomer. So she's going to take these 2 and this one, and she's attacking Leech with these 6 dice. This is exhausted. I'm just going to get it off the board because it's in my playing area. Come on. Oh, we still have the Holy Hand Grenade too. Ha! That's... I'm just going to roll that as well because why the heck not? The bigger boom does not apply to the Holy Hand Grenade, I do not think. Bigger boom. Nope, just frag and big boom grenades by number. Excellent. Don't kill me now. Okay, good. Bigger boom, bones. I'm going to use the Power Cell to reroll any 2 dice. I'll just reroll this one. It bones again. Only use 1 battle. I'm going to do it again to reroll. Come on, bigger boom. Oh my gosh, I bones 3 times in a row on bigger boom. Well, bones. Excellent. So I do 2 damage plus 4 damage. All baddies take 1 damage, so that's 5 damage. 6, 7 damage to the Holy Hand Grenade. This is a consumable. This goes away after this round, and it will not take the bones out because I want to basically try to get the throw ends, and that will give me a much more effective way to do some damage against this clown. So 1, 2, 3. I cannot believe I bones on the bigger boom 3 times in a row because the bigger boom adds to both. So if it was a 2, that would have become a 3. That becomes a 5. That's 4 damage. That's a huge stack of health I have to get through, and bigger boom could have really helped. But alas, you know. It's me, and this is me rolling dice. So, so I got that treasure. It did nothing for me. Yippee ki yay! So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6. No, I math is hard. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. This is exhausted. Back on the tray, and 8 damage off of Leech. Dude is down to less. Still has a lot. Oh, that was bad with the bigger boom. Picket. What's Picket going to do? Picket's going to go 1, 2, 3 and go over there. And he gains a health because of stand ground. And remember, he could have moved adjacent, so I still have 4 decks technically. He's just going to roll 3 defense dice because it can, because they have no defense in active slots, so it doesn't do anything. If I roll a 2, I can upgrade that 1 to a 2. I rolled a bunch of bones. And now we go to the next round. Everyone loses a health. Leech loses a health, but then he gains the 2 health that the Gearlox lost. So again, he ends up nets positive 1. That goes there. Leech cannot attack a Gearlock where he is. It's going to go over here. It's going to attack Picket. It's rolling peptides and 3 attack dice. It would have done 2 damage. I have the shields, but I'm going to use my riposte ability and exhaust another one to kill it for 3 damage. Those come out. And no damage to Picket. Oh, Picket would have used a jungle spear last turn too, by the way. Single use, roll 2 attack dice to deal combined damage to any non-adjacent bandit. Now it's Jason, so I had to use that last turn. So I actually rolled a 2 there, so that's 3 more damage on Leech. So Leech is getting cut down to size a little bit, and that was used last turn. Just pretend. It should have been used last turn. Final answer. All right. Boomer's going to go. Boomer's rolling 3 attack dice. It's rolling... it's going to re-roll defense dice. My best chance to get another bones. Because, again, I want to throw ends. And then I'll roll one of my element dice again. I just want 1 more bones. So we're attacking Leech. I got my bones from the defense dice. I got 1 defense die. I'm putting this element thing back here. That's 3 damage, and then I'm going to use my 4 bones to throw ends. So that's 3 more damage. That's 6 damage on Leech. This die is exhausted. These all can go back in the attack and defense die tray. And 6 damage. The Leech gets Leech down to 1 damage. Picket's going to go. Picket wants Leech to come over here, so Picket's going to move in the center. And now it's going to roll... Do I use the healing? It goes next to the strongest, I think. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm not really worried about Picket's health yet. Picket's also going to stand ground. It moved adjacent with augmented footwear. It's going to roll 3 defense dice because it has the heap ability. Those don't work against the defense stat. And it's just going to have a party. So rolling 3 defense dice, a 2, a 1, and a 1. Put those here and here. Dunskies. We now go to the next round. All right, Leech. Leech is going to try to attack. Oh, everyone loses a health. And then Leech would have lost the health, but it can't lose its last health because of fatigue. And then it gains both the health that we lost. So it actually is up to 3 now. I think that's right. Nothing else makes sense to me from the rules. Leech is going to try to attack a Gearlock. It can't. It goes from 5 to 6. It's going to try to damage the raft. It can't. So now it's going to end up on the raft, and it's going to be next to the strongest Gearlock. So it's attacking Picket. It's going to roll 3 attack dice and the peptide die. I'm going to use my last riposte and prevent all damage. And now Boomer is going to use the Huckleberries to heal herself for 3 health, because she can. She's going to move 1. She's going to roll 3 attack dice. Well, she's going to use the handle blade because it's fun. So once a turn, I'm going to roll 2. I did not bones. Oh, I did 3 damage with the handle blade, and we killed Leech. Out. Oh, that... It was so much easier the second time when I knew what was happening. I kid you not. Like the last time I played this, it was like Leech was like all over the place. I had to go like 7 rounds to get it back into a position where I could kill him. But yeah, man, that was crazy. Like once you get that an A+1 opened up for Picket, I love the Warden profession so much. And I really like being able to have all these. I mean, I didn't take a single damage this entire encounter except for the fatigue, which is absolutely crazy. I was not feeling very confident when I saw that stout, but it kind of just worked anyway. If anything, it just kind of gave me more time to really get set up and do what I needed to do with the just kind of get everything else set up. These would be exhausted too. I just should have moved them off the game. So yeah, Leech is done, man. He's a fun encounter. I think it'd be super. If you take a different Gearlocks, if you're not with Boomer, if you're not with Picket, I could really see like some of the ways of trying to make this work super, super interesting. Again, I didn't pick the Gearlocks knowing what Leech really did. Just so happened I picked 2 Gearlocks that are very, very strong against Leech, especially if you have that stand ground in place. And I really like the Warden profession. I find the Warden profession stronger than the captain profession, but it's probably just because I've played that way so much more. The captain profession, when you're really pimped out, like, and that word is probably something people shouldn't be using anymore, but I did it, so sorry about that for anyone who doesn't like me using that word. But we have the +1 shield, and you get the +1 attack. Is the +1 attack? No, what is this? The taunt. I don't want the taunt. Here's the +1 attack. Yeah, if you get that, like just have all those three in play, and then you're just like, it's an amazing beast mode version of Picket. I just find this a much less interesting way to play once you get it set up. I like having to get that riposte set up every round, and just how much damage that we blew through all of Leech's damage like super quick, man. It's like even with the bigger boom die, bonesing 3 times in a row. Hey, there's a +1. That would have been 2 damage. Was it +1, +1, +1, +2? Oh, so half this die is no. A third of this die is bones. That makes more sense. I feel a little bit better about that. So thank you for the chat, making me not screw up too much. Had to rework a couple of things. Too many rules is funny. I don't know. I think you play Class Buyer and then tell me which is too many rules. So it's crazy. You have 2 raft chips yet. It will make a difference. Well done. Good game. Good game. Pickett was a brute today. I still like the captain profession, but having 3 reposts is fantastic. Wait. Eric. So Leech doesn't move? But it's a Krellin. Why wouldn't it move? Right? I guess that's the thing. Like, if he's not supposed to move, then tell me. Like, the rules don't seem to suggest he doesn't move. If you cannot target a unit or the raft, yeah, that's crazy. I'm really curious if he's supposed to move or not. Because if he doesn't move, if he's literally like, oh, damage, and then go to the center, it's a much easier final encounter. Like, you don't have to worry about setting it up, or he's moving into a space where there's no ability to do damage to the raft. So I'm really intrigued what the right answer is there. But yeah, the way I was reading it, well, since he's a Krellin, he would move like normal, and if he can't damage the raft, then he would go on. So that took a lot more setup. I mean, that's why I was taking 7 rounds of fatigue yesterday. Boomer ended up dying, but Pickett had shield wall, and I was able to kind of keep him around long enough to kind of finish Leech off for sure. I like the captain profession, but having 3 reposts is fantastic. Oh yeah, first live play of watched, really enjoyed it. Good job, well done. Thank you, Alan. Unfortunately, I have no interest in Cloudspire. Yeah, I could see it. It's a very different game. It says right in the card, Leech does not move on his turn, but that includes the normal Krellin stuff. Wow. All right, because it says he attacks and uses skills as normal. So he doesn't move. Because I'm thinking movement like normal Baddie movement, but you're saying he doesn't even move like a Krellin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this would have been done a round earlier then, or 2, or 3. How many fatigue rounds did I have? Yeah, it's a lot easier than. That's a lot. It's a little bit less interesting to me, but like it's still a cool little mechanic. I like the leech, the bloodsucker thing. But then yeah, the fact is great. So you have 2 trips, you just let him damage the raft twice, and then all of a sudden you just wipe him out. And with Boomer, I guess if you're not playing with Boomer, so you don't have the ranged attack, then it becomes more puzzly because you have to get him to a place where he gets on the rafts, and then you're dealing with a lot more attack. So if you're not playing a Boomer and Picket, I could see that being now a different kind of hard. Boomer and Picket are probably just they're a really strong counter to pretty much to a lot of the tyrants, but they seemed especially strong against Leech for sure. I mean, especially I was fully beefed up. I mean, I had 12 XP. I had max training points going in, right? 12 training points in 6 days is really, really strong. So yeah, good call. Thank you, Eric, for I appreciate having someone who's better with rules than me in the chat is always amazing, dude. This stuff, man. I really spend a lot of time to try to get all these little rules down, and I am the sometimes I mean I was googling stuff like crazy for Leech yesterday. Um, and, not like there wasn't a ton, but there were definitely a few questions. Just I really wanted to try to get all that down. His tyrant encounter is too bad we didn't see more than the one. The one's pretty interesting. You basically set up a stack of Krellin, and it's like a Krellin nest, and there's some things that happen with that one. But if you win, then you're basically immune to bleed. We didn't really see how important that could be. Again, with peptides, if he deals damage to you, not only are you adding that health to him, but additionally, then you have a bleed effect, which means that in a fatigue round, well, you're taking the one damage because of fatigue, which gets added to him, but then you take another damage because of bleed, which gets added to him. So he could keep just really that blood sucking thematic stuff that's built into how Leech operates. I really, really like a lot. I mean, these tyrants are very cool. I mean, Ammonite I thought was really cool. I wasn't as enamored with Globulus just because I felt like his tyrant encounter was a little bit weird, but he's still good. Like he's still, I'll still take him over the Goblin Queen, right? Like I mean, I still liked a lot of what Bobulus was. I thought the clone panions were super interesting, and they definitely did a lot of developing the Splice and Dice tyrants in some really cool ways. The the thing with Bob, I did realize somebody pointed that out. There's one chip that has like the same color as the clone panions, but is not a clone panion. It was the proto tyrant, and me having not explored the rest of that box, I just assumed because of the color it was a clone panion. So that was my mistake. So if you play with Globulus, realize the proto tyrant is not a clone panion. It should have been obvious to me because it doesn't say clone panion on it. But again, I was like, oh, it's the same color. It must be a clone panion. So that was definitely my mistake. But as I'll say it again. So we still have Oxide, we still have Lockyer. I think Oxide has to be played with Undertow because it has a lot of mech kind of stuff going on. Lockyer will get us back to the base game, and then we'll be done with the Splice and Dice Tyrants for sure. But yeah, that's it. Something else I was gonna say, but here I am yammering away and forgetting forgetting what I'm yammering about is it's par for the course. So Friday, look out! I'm starting early, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so that's probably better for people who across the Atlantic, and so hopefully some people can make it that wouldn't normally. But 11 a.m. we're going to do a Volcaris quest on Legendary with Wolfhawk. I think I'm going to do Legendary Daring, so check out that. Oxide was fun, but maybe less challenging. Oh, interesting. Huh. Hmm. This mechs are usually, I find the mechs like really hard sometimes. So curious. I'm going with, oh man, I forget who I'm going at it with. I have it all mapped out because I'm basically trying to keep the gear locks on the channel like a pretty much equal number of times, especially until I get the rest of them. I'm planning on taking on Oxide with Duster and Tantrum. So hopefully that will provide some degree of challenge. And I've heard some people, I've seen bunch of people say that Lockyer is their favorite. So really excited to try that one for sure. But Brian Skolick, thank you for the 2 minute bonus content. Thank you, Brian. Always appreciate your help and your support of the channel. Oxide's Tyrant encounters weaken him, so if you get lots of them and win, it reduces the challenge. Interesting. That's cool. I do feel like the Tyrant encounters have gone through some kind of change over time. Like the original Tyrant encounters from the base game are all like super hard. If you got one early, like, oh, you're in trouble. And now I feel like the encounters, they're not as hard as the base game ones were, and they are more likely to weaken the Tyrant than I feel like the ones in the base game. Although I think it was a Drellin had one that did something with his poison. So there were exceptions. Like yeah, Drellin had one. Like if you had certain baddies in the baddie defeated baddie stack, you could like turn them in to get some kind of anti-poison potion or something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see what they do with the tyrants in Unbreakable. I've really high hopes for Unbreakable. I really think if you look at the how Chip Theory Games has kind of grown, I think that their prowess as game designers and their familiarity with what works, what doesn't, some of the complaints, some of the suggestions, some of the feedback, um, in the context of having a wildly successful game, so they also know what does work. I think Unbreakable is going to be pretty freaking awesome. The updates we're getting from that campaign are pretty exciting. So I'm very hopeful and very hopeful. And Opelmachus just looks amazing, so I'm really excited about that one too. I'm not a huge fan of like 8-hour campaigns. So clearly I'm gonna have to break that down. I'll probably just end up doing one chapter at a time once I get Opelmachus, but I'll get it on the channel at least once. It does sequential stuff does is harder to get on the channel just because from view counts and stuff. Like if someone misses chapter one, they might not want to jump into chapter two. And so from a standpoint of like what I do, I like one off so much better. Granted, my videos also tend to be a lot longer because I'm playing full playthroughs in one sitting. But I know that's what I prefer when I watch playthroughs, which admittedly isn't as much as it used to be lately, just trying to spend all the time I'm taking to kind of run the channel. So but I am yammering away. But yeah, so we got Maze Night on Friday. Next week, we're going to see a Spirit Island. I'm going to be back on the thematic boards. I am committed to doing Space Empires 4X, the Alien Empire scenario. I'm either going to do easy or I'm going to do hard because I just think the standard with the 3 alien factions, it would just take too friggin' long. And I just don't want to commit to that. I'm probably doing easy. I finally won on standard, but I'm probably going to do it on easy just to get it out, get the mechanics out, and kind of show people what's going on. And easy is still a challenge. There's still things you need to make sure you're doing right. But I'm super like intrigued by that game, and I'm curious to see where I go with it. Because especially I have close encounters, I have replicators, and then I do have talent. So tons of things to explore with that game. And then I think I'm going to round out the week either with Shores or Tripoli next week or the week after. So I'm going to get that on the channel pretty soon as well. There's a review copy from Fort Circle Games, which I'm excited to feature. So that's about it. Eric J, thank you so much. Brian, thank you so much. Alan, everyone else who has been in the chat. Those are the only names I can still see. So I'm going to stick with those. I think Silver Fear is probably hanging around there somewhere. Yeah, someone tell George J I said hi. Hopefully he can start making it back around when he's done with, what was it, Dogs and Kids. I mean, those are definitely probably better things to be spending one's time, right? So I encourage him. I hope he's doing well. But this was super fun. Everyone have a great day. I'll be back on Friday. And until next time, happy gaming. And Vincent Van Billen, I'll see you as well, sir. Again, happy gaming.
Solo.